some nice volunteers we will need to do us a little summary of where we are. So let's see. Do you know what's happening? Do you know what happened last time?
We were exploring inside Wailer's hold.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We're trying to recover some Dwarven artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. What might that be? What might those artifacts be?
Well, reading from chat.
That's why I put it there.
A crown, an axe, and a hammer.
We're looking for,
Yeah, there was something special. There was something special about that hammer. Do you remember? Don't tell me you have to do all of this again. The introduction is recorded and just press play on tape. For you guys.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. I know you've played at least 10 games in between then and now, but still. You were down here, and one of the things was that this used to be a Dwarven stronghold, and then it came under attack. There were lots of wars against the humans, mainly. Then, however, at some point, the king fell, and something happened, and the dwarves evacuated this place very quickly, leaving it to their orc servants, allies, slaves, whatever you want to call them. But from what Dwarven was telling you, the old king has not been properly laid to rest. And there was something you needed to do. You needed to complete the funeral rite.
Mm-hmm.
To lay that to
We need to
rest.
strike 7 hammer blows around the crypt.
Yeah, you need to find the right hammer for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the talk about the royal insignia. A crown, a helmet of star silver, one or the other, you're not quite sure. An axe. And possibly a big gem, but you're not quite sure. He was a bit uncertain about that one. So, what happened last time, I can just scroll that around on Foundry a little bit. You made your way in through, let me just get to GM mode. You came in through this sort of river that feeds the whole place, yeah, that runs into the back door, that was used for goods delivery. You made your way through various corridors and rooms. You had a fight with a tapestry, if you remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have remembered that.
Fight with a big tapestry. You then went into a place with a walk-through secret wall. Found behind that a few chambers with a big trapdoor and a few skeletons, and you had to punch up those skeletons, which basically almost TPK'd you.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you were creeping down some alleyways in some places, trying to hide, and found some caves underneath, but eventually you came back out. You defeated the skeletons while they were holding still. You basically beat them up while they were not fighting back. You tried another door, which you can't quite see right now because it's outside of your vision, but you tried another door and managed to basically create a second door in front of the door by not unlocking it properly. And then you followed the dwarf druid, who was cheerfully and with gay abandon basically hopping through all the rooms and saying, "Oh, I haven't been here yet, let's open this door, let's open that door." And at the end you came to this big throne room, which is where we can pick up. Now, I'm sure there is stuff that I have forgotten. I'm sure there's stuff that you remember and you may want to add. So, what do you want to add from your copious
Yes,
notes?
the reason why I was so gaily prancing around these rooms and trying to explore them was that I heard a sound from an ominous something, an ominous being, and I wanted to see what that is, and it was, I think I heard it going south here in this hallway.
Something
and I
seemed
wanted
to move
follow
about,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Shalendra,
So you had a reason, or you had an excuse anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just see. How far have you explored? Yeah. That's how far you've explored, and you basically peeked into this big throne room. Do you remember what you saw, Shalendra?
A nice carpet.
Yeah.
That's not
there
carpet, it's
was
stone tiles, actually.
the pile of gold, which I'm suspicious of, and there was something on the throne.
There was something glinting on the throne. If you look, let's see, Shalendra can see it, the others can't quite see it. There's basically some smashed stonework as well. There is a pile of gold back there. There's a strange smell in this whole place. And there are some crystals, sort of shining crystals lighting up a lot of the place. Not quite everything. What else was there? There were some big shields with coats of arms hanging off the northern wall here. Yeah? Can you see them? Just about, possibly, if you are standing right. Towards the south, there are 1, 2, 3 big arches opening. I'm not quite sure what to. Let me just check. Actually, there's some daylight coming through those at this time of day. And what else can I tell you? Yeah, there's a pile of gold, silver, gems, something like that. You're not quite sure whether they're real, because last time you had a pile like that, it wasn't real. And yeah, other than that, it seems very empty. A bit spooky.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like there's an absence, like a presence that should be there but isn't there right now. The west wall, that's the one we are close to, basically is completely engraved with stuff as well. There's lots of statuettes, etc. And relief work. Anyway, you are standing by the door. Mudeep and Shalendra have peeked through, I believe. But yeah, well, let's just pick up the threads from there.
Yeah, I'd like to take a walk around the room. Maybe look at these pillars, maybe. What do I see here on these?
The big stone pillars. No?
Yeah, stone pillars.
Reaching all the way to the very high ceiling. It's probably a good 10 meters high, you reckon.
Okay. Then I want to look at this damage here on the throne pedestal, maybe.
When you see some debris, there must have been some furniture or something before, but something must have smashed these stone steps with a massive impact. Because it's basically the stone is all splintered. Something heavy must have smashed it. And the rest is basically just debris, wooden debris of furniture, of something else, of weapon racks maybe. But in the middle on the throne, you see on a sticky patch of some sort, some goo there, but there's also a silver helmet. Which has a strange glint to it. It's not normal silver. This must be special.
That's on our list, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's one of the items we need.
Crown or helmet of silver star. Star silver. Sorry.
Star silver.
Yep.
The helmet of the king. So as you're moving around there, I see that you're quite cheerfully moving around. Towards the south, you can see some other stuff, can't you?
Yes. What are those footprints?
What do you think they are?
It kind of looks like a T-Rex footprint.
Velociraptors.
No, velociraptors are much smaller.
It's a bit too big for a velociraptor. You see those steps, they must have stepped into something gloopy. They must have smashed the wall here as well to bits, because the wall is crumbling a little bit. There used to be some shutters on these on this archway, but they are just shattered, they're gone. And this opens onto an open balcony, and the steps goes to the edge and then just disappear.
Oh, interesting. So maybe something flew away? Something reptilian?
Maybe something that has a stone in it that makes it a bit... that galls it, let's put it that way. It's not a gallstone, but you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know that stone. Okay,
so
yes,
you can see as you explore.
What are these different coloured things along the north wall here, where I'm standing?
They are big coats of arms and shields.
Okay.
Do we recognise any of them?
Well, if you're dwarves, probably yes. Other than that, you probably would have to do a law check for me. And actually, I have to say, if you're a normal dwarf...
Yeah.
Do sense magic on them.
You can do sense magic, but you don't get any sort of magic from them. The strongest source of magic you're currently getting in this place is from those crystals that are hanging off the pillars.
Oh, okay. Go and have a closer look at one.
Okay.
I shall try a roll and see if I think of anything.
They're probably 3 meters high, those lanterns, but basically, yeah, there's like a crystal hanging in a metal frame of some sort, and there seems to be some sort of light spell on them. So, law. Let's see. Yes, you do recognize a few of these coats of arms, and you reckon they are the old Meromennian dwarfs, the old families, the clans, but quite a few of them are no longer around, but you've seen them around in documents, in paintings and drawings. So, a couple of you explored the balcony to the south. This basically opens up into Wailer's Vale, if you remember. Yeah, so you're up in the side of the mountain. There's sort of nice colonnades going on there. Big balcony. That's what it opens over the valley. And far in the distance, you see a big winged creature circling the vale.
Like a
Okay,
dragon.
does that winged creature look familiar?
Sort of, because it was the alternate you that saw it.
Okay,
Isn't
okay.
that right?
Yes.
That was in the other campaign.
Okay. So we should steer clear of that, maybe.
Does it
Maybe.
look like a dragon?
Well,
It
we're
is.
inside. It's outside.
You reckon it's a dragon,
Mhm.
and you're probably standing in its sleeping chamber.
Oh, where would it come into this room?
Through the archway where the footsteps are. You haven't stepped into the room yet, have you, Theodore? You haven't come.
Oh,
far
I
enough.
stepped in. I haven't come in too far though.
Ah,
Mhm.
so,
Oh, we best hurry then. Can one of these lights be removed from the pillar? Are they detachable?
you possibly, with a little bit of muscling and trying to get the height, you probably could wrestle one off the wall, you reckon?
Magic light. I like it. I'll attempt to do that.
Okay, do you enlist anybody's help? Or do you just try to jump?
Tali's next to me. I'll ask Tali if she can help.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You give him a leg up, basically.
Yeah. The
Alright.
tiny, skinny elven lady will stand underneath, will hold you up.
Well, he's tiny and skinny as well. Alright, do me my check. If you want to use any particular tools, let me know beforehand.
Right, who wants I've got 6 might. Who would anyone else like to do it?
I have no might.
Okay.
You're not mighty.
Yeah, me neither.
No. Someone else better try.
Yeah, as I
Well, as
said,
I'm
if
next to one, should
you
I
have-
try one anyway?
you can. If you have particular tools, as I said, then you let me know, yeah?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Might
don't
give
really
you
have
a
any.
bonus if you've got something
tools.
useful. Crowbar, that
If I,
sort of
could,
thing.
if I could use a severed zombie hand, could I do it?
I don't think that's really got a lot of extra bonus on that.
No, I have no tools. But I'll give
Have
it a
you
go
got
anyway.
ammo or something?
Did you have
A dagger to maybe lever it off the wall?
Yeah, I have a dagger. I don't want to damage it if I can avoid it. I just want to try and leave it off there because it seems like this could be a really useful magical light without having to worry about.
No,
torches.
it's not actually.
You think the dagger might not be strong enough. You might need something a bit stronger than that.
Let's see.
Okay, let me try a bit of brute strength first.
Mhm.
You never know. Sometimes they come off. Or
Not
not.
this one.
You know what might work? Grappling hook.
That might work. You could force it in and see whether you've got a bit of leverage.
Yeah, so can I try again with a grappling hook?
You can. I give you 2 gear bonus on that. Whether you can basically bend open. Yes, you can. You bend open the little connector, like the dangling arm where the lantern hangs off. And yeah, the whole thing comes off. It is a bit bulky, but yeah, you've got a light.
Okay, does this light have a name?
Crystal light.
Okay, would someone like to carry it or shall I?
Right now it's still in its frame. Yeah, so it's actually currently would be a heavy item.
I'm not good at carrying stuff.
You can
Anyone else
possibly,
got
with a
being
bit more
covering?
effort, you can probably get it
I don't
out
mind
of it.
carrying it, but yeah, don't want it in a heavy frame because I'm a bit overweight anyway.
Oh, there you go. No, you're just big boned. Right.
Yeah, I'm
so
ready
more
to-
deep. You're standing next to some gold and shimmering stuff.
Yes, I'm wondering if that's the dragon's hoard.
Well, yeah, possibly, but it might not have had a lot of time to gather it. It doesn't look very impressive from what you've heard in the
Yeah,
tales. They're much bigger
You
than that.
can't lie on it yet. Maybe
Possibly.
the dragon.
1 foot, or
so
maybe just rest its tail on it or something.
I'll sift through it a bit. Maybe if I can identify some of the metals. Is it really gold or?
From what you look at it, some of it looks like gold, some of it looks like silver. There are a couple of pieces of jewelry in there.
Ooh, that sounds good. Do I sense any magic on that?
There's definitely some magic in this whole place. You wonder whether there's some sort of protection spell on it.
Protection spell. Let me consult the archives. And what can I do about that?
The archives.
This spell magic. Okay, I don't know. I don't think I have iron filings though.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, if this is dragon magic, it could be quite powerful.
Could be. Now, iron filings, of course, they just pried a piece of metal off the wall. So if you've got a bit of time and a file, you can get some.
Yeah, and I have an axe too.
filings.
So yeah, let me do that. Okay, I'll file a little bit of iron off the wall somewhere.
Ziatal, you look out the window. You hear a distant, maybe not quite so distant, swoosh.
Or back off. Look around for this dragon that has been mentioned.
You can't see it, but it sounded pretty close.
Guys, I think we need to move. This dragon could be on its way back. Let's grab that helmet if no one's picked it up already.
Okay. You grab that helmet. I grab a handful of these, and I'll.
You do grab them
a
in the
handful.
end. Okay.
Well, let's fill the helmet with coins.
Oh, even better. Bring it over here.
Where was it? Was it on the phone?
Just over here.
Okay, I'll
It's
go
lying
over
in
to the
some
phone
sort
and grab it.
of icky gloop, which is long dried up, but there must have been something underneath it.
Oh, like,
The dragon would
like-
explain the presence of a big pile of gold.
I'm going to quickly try this door just because it's annoying me that I can see where it's going.
You are such an OCD completionist. All right,
Yes, I am.
on you go then. Peek into the corridor.
Yeah. And there's a door here. Should we quickly have a look, guys?
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
That is quite a...
Let's get this crown first.
That's a big
We're coming,
door.
we're coming.
That's a double door. With lots of carvings on it and stuff. So yeah, this is a different thing. The other one was just like a little side door, but this one is really big. So, let's see. You're all going over there currently, are you?
Yeah, to the coins
And you've-
with the crown now, or to use as a means of gathering coins as well as whatever hands and pockets we've got.
Okay, I have a sack. If you want to fill that with coins.
Maybe a good idea, although maybe a bit heavy if it's full up. But yeah, as much as we can realistically carry.
The full sack might be a bit too much for you. So let's have a look. Who can I ask to do that? Can we do a quick scouting, whoever you would trust with that amongst you?
I think I can do that.
Yeah. Famous last words.
I have a total of a 3 check.
I'm focused elsewhere.
There's something you have a real mental block about scouting, don't you?
Talia,
Yeah.
you can see where you're going.
Right. So,
Sometimes I can.
as you are moving around there, you're getting stuff together and so on. You hear a crunch, which seems to come from the southern edge here. Like something heavy just thudded down on some stone.
Oh,
I think we have company.
right, rush to the door.
Which one?
Oh, the open one.
The one in the
somebody-
northeast.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a heavy breathing thing. Now,
Oh no.
it's not the very, very best of icons, but it's the original Forbidden Lands art. So you see a largish beast thumping from the balcony inwards.
I'll take one last look back at it, and what do I see?
You see a big dragon. Can you see it? Probably not. You're
No,
too
I
far away.
No, we all fled the room.
Door, so.
Let's see. You still can't see it. You have to get a bit closer. Or you can
No,
wait
I
a
don't
moment.
want.
You don't want to? You sure?
Isn't the room
You're
illuminated?
not in stroking
Dragon.
distance yet.
Right.
If you want to cuddle it, you
If
need
the
to get a
room's
bit closer.
illuminated, can we see clearly?
You can see pretty much now, yes. You can see this pretty big bulk of a dragon coming in. Can you see it now, more deep? Yes, you can.
I can, and I am frightened of it, and a bit intrigued too, but I need to leave.
Right. You need to leave. Of course, you've stolen one of the lights, so the hall is not as brightly lit as it was before. Okay, you're back in your kitchen. You slam the door shut behind you. You hear a sort of sniff, a big nose trying to find where you are, and a roar as it seems to notice that some of its little hoard has been stolen.
We have a door here. Let's keep going. And let's pretend, let's ignore the dragon.
What dragon?
Frank, I assume you could never get through the door that we've come through. It's far too big, yeah?
The door would be far too narrow for it. You could possibly smash it and maybe breathe some fire through it, but you don't think it would ever be able to enter these tunnels.
Okay, let's open this door.
Oh, a corridor. That's why it's a door, because behind it is a corridor. Get it?
Ready?
Now that we're out of the big throne room, I would like to hover my hand over the coins again and see if I still can sense the magic.
There is a gentle magic about it.
Gentle?
A gentle magic, as in it's not powerful or anything, but you just wonder whether it's a find lost things spell or something like that.
Or because, by the way, you did notice that this wonderful elf of nurse that I am did not go for the gold. I did offer you to lend you a sack, but you noticed I stayed away from the gold.
Yeah. Good.
Fools mess with dragon hordes.
Yeah, but the dragon stole it from others.
Fools rush in. Yeah, indeed.
Can I do a sense magic on the helm and the crown?
Yes, you can. Again, there is a relatively weak magic about it.
Okay.
It seems to be benevolent magic in the sense of possibly some sort of blessing or protection, but it's not very powerful. So, now, of course, you, I believe, are somewhat worse for wear, and you haven't rested recently. Now, you just stirred the dragon. Perfect timing, right? To rest a little bit.
Can I have a look around?
Oh, you already walked onwards without asking me. So, let's have a look. You enter this chamber, and from what it looks like, it must have been some sort of, well, I don't know, secretary's chamber, guard chamber, something like that. What you see in here is what's left of somewhat decrepit furniture. So there's a bed, you can see there's a table, a few chairs around it, there's a desk with documents on it, with, some sort of dwarven runes on it. But also, as you basically walk around the corner, you see a being.
Sorry, what?
A being.
Oh, a being.
A being. So what you see is here sitting on the chair. He doesn't look quite like that, but there's a robed orc sitting there by candlelight, looking over some of the documents. And he sort of looks up at you and says, "Whoa, who are you? What are you doing here?"
Who are you? What are you doing here?
"I live here, but you don't."
Did you notice that you're living with a dragon?
He looks at you and says, "Well, not really living with."
I mean, it seems to be your roommate. It's next door.
Look, I'm really sorry for the intrusion. We were exploring and just came across this room. We didn't mean to intrude. We're looking for somewhere to rest and eat a meal. Yeah.
Not be a meal.
I'm Cylindra. As I said, my apologies for barging into your obvious living quarters. Do you have a thing you can tell us?
This is an orc place. It is not a place for elves and dwarves.
We shall leave you then. Again, apologies.
I mean, I beg to differ. As far as I know, this is indeed a dwarf place.
Ha ha! The orcs abandoned it.
So
They left us to fight their battles. by rights of blood, it is our place.
Which way's best leave? Shall I leave here through this door?
Leave the way you came. Do not venture any further east than this.
Okay.
Why?
We certainly will not leave the way we came because there is a dragon there.
And who would you be, Orc?
Grishnak.
And what, you lord over the other orcs here?
No. I am, how do you say, sage, lawmaster of orcs.
Ooh.
Now, be gone before I call upon my brethren and sistren. He rises. He gets up from his table there, from his chair. And he's actually
That's
quite
not be
imposing.
hasty little folk.
He's quite big. He's definitely quite big. Seems to be some sort of orc priest or shaman or something like that.
And what kind of tome are you pouring over?
None of your business. So let's try something out here. Yeah, let's do that. That should be fine. So, can we get from you all an empathy roll, please? Just empathy, straight empathy. Unless you're fearless, and then there's a fearless extra, I think. Then I give you an extra die.
Yeah, I've got the fearless talent.
And then you get an extra die.
Fearless means that you can roll insight as armor against
yes.
fear attacks.
You can do insight if you like, and rather than empathy.
Insight. Insight, is that one there. Speak pardon.
Gives you bonus die, basically. Because you can skill insight, but you can't skill empathy. Ooh, okay. So, basically, as he's standing there and say, "You shall not venture any further east than this," all of you, really, are very impressed by that. And you think, actually, he's probably right. It's not a good idea to go any further. Well, let's just go back the way we came. The only person who's sort of looking at the others and say, "Why are you all running?" is Talia.
Oh, I should push this.
Yeah, you
Can
think...
I push this? Can I push it?
No, resistance rolls you can't really push because they're not your use of skill.
But mine's an insight roll, isn't
Okay,
it?
use is an insight. I might let you do yours because you feel his talent. You can push it. So it's still one success. So it's a bit like what he's saying seems to make sense, and you wouldn't want to cause offense, but you could actually resist it if you really wanted to. But the others basically need to get out of here.
Maybe there's something we could work together on, I say, trying to disturb the line of thought. Is there anything you want, wise orc?
Just get out of here. That's what I want. So I need to get my orc voice done. It's a bit difficult.
Have you got to put your fingers up there?
Yeah, I don't want to do that, especially not on camera. So I have to do that by putting my jaw forward, and then I sound very different.
You sure there's nothing you want?
Smaller tusks, so he doesn't have to speak like this.
More tusks.
Smaller tusks. Listen, human.
Smaller tusks.
Get out of here.
Well, I for one don't know any orc dentists.
So, as I said, Talia and Xiotal, you can sort of resist this a little bit, but the other two basically are heading back the way they came, not walking off into the middle distance, little dwarf. I think I have to lock the doors when you're around.
Okay. Very hesitant though. Because I don't want to end up as dragon dinner.
Do you want to enter as orc kebab? Probably not.
Maybe not.
That's kebab on an orc grill, I mean, not kebab off orc. So, your dwarf friend walks back down the corridor. Slightly nervous looking. So does Shalendra. The other two?
want to know what's there. Right, quickly. It's
I'm going to follow them out. It's only
Yeah, I'll
polite.
follow them out for now.
I'll say goodbye to the orc.
He just grumps at you. Be gone. Now, from what Dwarven was telling you, to the east, or the eastern half of this is where they reckon the big orc city is. So there might be a few thousand orcs there.
yeah.
And as Yotta walks out, the door slams behind you, and you hear a bolt being pulled across.
Mm.
Right. Bear with us. Since the last update, all the modifiers to the talents have been wiped out. So I just
What?
want to make sure that's right.
What does that mean? All the modifiers.
Well, as in things like bonuses to parry and attacks and artifact dice that were all working are missing now.
Interesting.
Work. Ah, there we go. It's working.
It
Yeah.
worketh.
Yeah, I only noticed because I was over encumbered, and then I had a look, and the modifiers on Fatcrat had gone.
Ah, alright. So you have to reapply them.
Yeah.
Okay, so, where are you gonna go? You're back in the kitchen.
Okay, let's head this way.
Sorry, which way?
This way.
This way.
I'll chase after her. Slow down. Some of us have shorter legs than you.
Okay. Don't worry, I wasn't going to go through the door until you said so.
And I tippy tap behind her with my short legs.
Now, may I remind you that far, far to the west, where the chambers were with the skeletons and so on, there were lots of chambers going down. Lots of, corridors going down.
I don't know either, Shalendra, why you're going north. I mean,
You
this is where we
basically-
came from.
This is where you came from.
Yeah, I just want to have a quick look in here because we never went in here.
Fair enough. You remember there were some rats around here, which fled,
Yeah.
but you didn't actually defeat them.
Yes, they were. They came out of this hole that I'm standing next to. I might get a little further away from that.
You pushed a barrel in front of it, but big swarming rats wouldn't necessarily be kept for long by an empty barrel.
Okay, we need to be a bit quiet if there's a city of orcs, just in case. So, can I open the door?
No, it's locked.
Yeah.
It's barred.
Bum.
Ha
By the
ha.
way, what is that there?
Stone. Brick. That's the filled-in wall. You shouldn't be able to walk into that. What happened to my wall?
That's why I was asking.
Oi, get out of that.
3A leading to...
Alright. I must have
And that's
forgotten
why I
a
realised
wall.
I shouldn't be going that way. That's why I asked.
I must have forgotten a wall. Okay, smart.
Now, I suspect that just like on one of my games recently, an update deleted all the walls.
No, it's just one wall missing. It's quite possible that I missed that one off.
Ah.
Can I have a listen at the door where the dragon is, just to see if I can hear it through there?
Yeah, you can. You can hear something big moving about. And
Probably a bit.
snorting occasionally.
Okay, shall we then? Well, there's the stairs here and here. Were they? One says down, one says up, and this one says
Sorry,
down.
did you run right across the map?
No, I'm just remembering. I'm just pointing.
Yeah, one says down and one says up. And there are a couple of stairs down here, right in the northern edge as well.
So, do we want to go up, people, or do we want to go down?
Well, we were going to look at the downstairs, and then there was a skeleton incident, and
Okay.
And then
There
we'll
is
keep
incident of the skeleton in the nighttime.
Okay, let us continue. Oh, it's also
a lot happened.
It did. Remember, you're quite a bit worse for wear, so you may want to find a good place where there's not any living tapestries. So
Yeah, I think
lay your
now we've
head.
killed that tapestry.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be a good place for a nap.
I'm purposely walking slow because I've got a pierced thigh at the moment.
Yes, indeed. You're probably limping quite a bit.
do we rest here, people?
Yeah, this chair looks comfy.
All right.
Let's close the door.
You closing the doors, and you're basically trying to get comfortable. There is a bit of airflow in here, so it's not too stuffy or anything. Some dwarven engineering tells you.
Yes, some kind of
There's a
fireplace
fire.
at one end.
Yeah, then there was some broken wood in the room next door if you want to light a fire.
Yeah.
So we can keep warm.
Yeah, have a look up the fireplace in case something's hidden up there.
It doesn't look like it. It gets dark very, very quickly, and your torch doesn't reach very far. Oh, by the way, torch, you probably have spent at least a quarter of a day here. So if you had a lantern or a torch, it's time for torch roll.
Yes.
I think I had a lantern, didn't I, at the time?
But now, of course, you've got your magic lantern, right?
I can't.
Yeah, so I'll roll oil, but then I'll turn the lantern off.
It's low, that, isn't it?
2 means that you lose 1.
Out. Yeah,
Okay.
so I ran out of oil anyway.
Yeah. Now this crystal lantern, as I said, is currently still in its frame, so it's quite large. With a bit of time and a bit of crafting expertise, you probably can pry it out of there.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
I'll spend some time on that.
I've got crafting, so
Do you trust the elf?
Yeah, I have crafting as well.
Okay.
I just don't have the strength that goes with it.
You can spend an hour or so just working on it together if you like.
yeah.
Okay.
You want to roll, or are you just happy with it happening?
You probably better than me because you're stronger. If he needs a bit of
I've got
strength.
5.
Okay, well, we're the same then, so I might as well roll it as I've got it. So do I add +1 bonus?
If you, that's +1 assist, and you can get a gear bonus of another 1 now,
Okay.
because you still have that climbing hook.
Yeah.
Ooh. You sort of remove half of the frame, but the other half you just can't get out. So you might need to spend a little more time on it.
Okay.
And I assume I can't push this because there's no risk.
There is a risk of you breaking the climbing hook, or breaking yourself, as possible.
Is it still heavy, or is it?
It's still heavy.
Okay. Do you want to try then? Push it.
I will let you push
Yeah,
it.
I'll push out. There's enough dice there. It should be okay.
Da, da, da.
Oh,
we were-
wow.
You
Pulling on the
pry that out, but as you do so, you basically injure yourself. Yeah, you pull something in your back as you were trying to do that.
That's all right. For once, I've got a bit of willpower for once.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Unexpected bonus. Magic lantern and bonus. Willpower.
Magic.
So let me just adjust our sound a little bit.
Lantern. Is it now a normal item?
It's now a normal item. So, you want to bed down a bit? Does anybody want to put up a guard? Or are you basically saying, oh, we are safe here?
Right.
We closed the doors, nothing could possibly happen.
No, I think we all need rest. We've all got injuries.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
don't
down
have-
7 points.
I don't have any injuries at all, so I can be the guard.
Says the guy who always runs down the corridors first. No danger, nothing happens.
How's your teeth, by the way?
Still hurt, but they're securely in my bag. I'll use them. I'll find use for them.
You're going to need to get some dentures made, I think.
Sooner or later, yeah. Sooner or later, yeah. You reached some internet fame as well, by the way. Sue, in her little War Stories video, mentioned your teeth going flying up.
So, right, so you okay to have watch, Mudeep?
Yeah,
Can you do
definitely.
me scouting, please, Woody?
All right.
Everything's...
Clueless as usual.
As always.
Oh, interesting. Does that fit in here?
What, another dragon?
It doesn't really fit because you defeated them all. No, that's fine. I'll ignore that. Right. So, after a little while, you get a bit drowsy as well. Do you want to wake
Okay.
anybody else, or do you just say, oh, we'll be fine?
No, we'll be fine. I'll just give in to the sleepiness and get some shut eye. It's all right.
Okay. Right. A little while later. Where are we in our character list? Yeah, Shalendra, you wake up after a few hours. The light, the fire has really burned down. There's just this glow of that magic crystal, and you hear a big dwarf snore from the far side of the table.
Right. Okay. I get up and move stealthily over towards the snore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I take it he's fallen asleep.
It does look like it. Does appear that way, yeah.
Put our lives at risk, eh?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what to do to him.
Draw a moustache on him? Or does he already have one?
I'm no cutting of hair. I'm just thinking, what could I do to scare the bejesus out of him?
It is.
Everyone else will wake up and be a bit grumpy at me as well.
Do you just want to wake him up?
I'm going to grab him and cover his mouth. You know, basically from behind. And, Oi, what are you doing here? I'm going to try and disguise my voice.
Who is that? I tried to say muffled, and I tried to grab my axe, and reach for my axe.
Which is where?
I guess I have it on my hip.
Yeah, alright. Let's
And
do
then-
a quick grapple. Can we have a melee roll from both of you? No weapons. No weapons, just a grapple attack. So we've got one success, and Shalendra, one success. So basically, you hold the grapple, Shalendra, but you notice that the dwarf is trying to sort of twist around and reach for something on his belt.
Very muffled.
Okay, right. I'll go in my normal voice. You're lucky I'm me and not an intruder, or we'll all be dead.
And I get very annoyed and bite in your finger.
Ooh. Dwarf bites are infectious, you know that.
Biting my chainmail gloves. Alright, stay awake next time.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing happened. All right. Nothing happened.
Nothing did happen, actually.
I'm watching you. Yeah. This is between us. Next time I'll tell everybody else.
Eventually, the others wake up as well.
Yeah.
And let's see. You are
Do we need
mainly
food?
well rested, I'm sure, but some of you had some critical injury hangovers, right?
I've got 5 more days of it.
So reduce that day by 1, and move the day on. Good morning. Roll of food, please. Exactly, everybody. And water. I see it too.
Yeah, that was me.
Oops, I need to use
Obviously hungry today.
Yeah.
might
Good
as well
food.
use lamp oil.
But I have recovered some strength and agility, so that's good.
You have. So you should all be, unless you're severely limited by any criticals, you should be recovering very well, including Ziotar. You can get some strength back. And agility, and wits, and empathy. Gosh, you are half dead, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I always feel drained all the time.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I know what that feels like.
Okay.
You work
So-
too much.
Is everybody rested? I glare at Nadim.
Yes, I am awake. Yeah, you made sure of that.
Right. So I'm thinking if we head back west and check down those stairs and see what's there. We are on the bottom level of the tower, aren't we?
What tower?
You've got a picture of a tower in the bottom left.
Ooh, that tower. No, you're not at the bottom level of that tower.
Are we at the top then?
You're not really supposed to see that. Let me
Oh, sorry.
hide that for a moment.
It's gone now. It was there.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
The power of being a GM. It was there,
Okay.
and now it's gone.
I mean, like, yeah. Basically, I'm thinking, basically, do we want to try up first, or if we know we will like go heading down, up would, I'm thinking up would be the smallest area to explore, and then we go down up. Because there's the balcony, and so was that a balcony on a tower or on a cliffside?
The big balcony that was on the cliffside. That was from the throne room. Basically, there was a sort of the big openings. You stepped out, and there was a colonnade facing over the vale. Huge,
Right.
big panorama windows, basically.
So, Mordib, you're a resident dwarf. Now, if it was a human or an elf, I would say that the throne room would be on the top. But, dwarves, you like digging underground. Would the throne room be at the bottom?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I was socialized by an elf too.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering what your instincts say.
From
Think like a dwarf, man. Think like a dwarf.
think like.
Real dwarf.
I mean, if I think like a dwarf, I would bury as far down as I could possibly can. So
Remember that the dwarves in this world, their mission is to build up. So the reason that they burrowed down is either they came from down and burrowed up, built up, or they need the materials from the bottom to put it on the top. Because you're trying to build up the world to basically reach the sky.
I mean, there's nothing we can do except just look. I'll make a decision here. Let's just go up first.
Let's just run. Yeah, run down the corridor.
Yep.
Now the only other place, I'm not sure whether you can see it, but I can zoom you to it, is, I think you've seen that stairwell there.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that stairwell. Yeah.
Let's be very quiet going past the throne room.
Yeah, so we've been to a throne room. Would there be another throne room?
I mean,
We'll find out.
those other two items, like who says they have to be in the throne room? Could be
Exactly. Yeah.
anywhere. All right. I'll beckon them over that they come with me.
They are currently not coming with you. They're lagging behind.
And here I thought I had the short legs.
That's the
And
thing
I-
with leadership, yeah? You can always storm out the front, but if people don't follow, it's a very lonely place.
I'm following just at a sedate pace.
Yeah,
Don't want to
that's
make a lot
always
of noise.
looking at all the doors and looking at everything again.
Got a view of the dragon there. Don't want.
I'm a bit slow, so I don't know where everyone's gone. I'm just assuming everyone's gone down this way.
Yeah, that's right. Down that corridor. And Shadendra, I'm just going to pull you across because I can't wait for all this time.
Okay, let's go
Oh, the
upstairs.
door shuts straight in front of Martin. So, there are some stairs going up. Right, if I remember correctly. This stairwell goes up a little bit and then the corridor turns towards the east again. And you see a bit of light. It's morning light. So you see some light coming from the end of that corridor. Basically what happens, I didn't make a map.
Natural flame, daylight, or magical light.
Natural light, and a little bit of magical light mixed. But basically, what happens? This corridor turns around towards the east, and there seems to be a sort of balcony, a gallery overlooking the throne room. So you're basically standing. If you follow this to the end, you're standing on a sort of balcony, maybe for
Yeah.
musicians or something, directly above the throne.
We can see the dragon, I'm assuming.
You can see the dragon, but currently
Stick
you
an arrow
can't
in
see
it.
him.
You do realise that he's going to be waiting outside for us when we leave. I just thought to mention it.
Well, we can deal with that later.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did come through a sort of secret passageway, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you reckon that from up here you basically can see all the throne room, and you possibly could have sort of fished the helmet up from there.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Always a way of avoiding the dragon, you know? Well, that's basically all the up that there is in that place.
That was a
Okay.
quick exploration. All right, let's go back.
From what you work out, you reckon there might have been some musicians standing up there and making music for the throne room, something like that. So,
Okay.
next,
Let's go back down.
there's a door down here you haven't looked at yet.
Oh, we can't see that, or at least I can't.
Yeah, you didn't follow this corridor to the end, did you? Looking at
That
this
was
board.
where I heard the animal or the being.
The 14, corridor 14.
Yes.
As you walk through here, basically, there's lots of torn fabric, splinters of wood, etc. But there's lots of gubbins lying in this corridor here.
What about this cupboard?
Well, it's an old cupboard. You'd reckon, again, torn cloths in there and rotten cloths. Must have been some sort of maybe storage for banners or for tablecloths or something like that. Ceremonial
Ancient
robes.
tomes.
No, not ancient tomes. Not this one. And there's a door. One that you reckon leads to the throne room again, and one that leads west.
All right, I'll open that.
As you step into that corridor, you'll hear a ding, ding, ding bell from behind the next door.
Ooh.
Have a listen at the phone room door.
Currently, all is quiet.
All right, I'll just keep going. Open that one.
Right, can I just gather the party? You must gather the party before venturing forth. Does anybody recognize that quote?
No, I do not.
No, I think it was Neverwinter Nights, wasn't it? Where they constantly said that you always had to have your party together before you could go into the next area.
Yes.
So, before we do that, Yota, what do you want to do over there? At the throne room?
As I can't hear anything, I'm not going to open it just in case, and I'll follow along.
Okay, so what you're entering here, let me just get to my GM view. You see a room with a big carpet in the middle, and there's another crystal, sort of lit crystal in the northern edge. This whole place looks a little bit strange. It looks like it's a workroom, but there's not a lot of stuff to work on. In the northern edge, there's a sort of a walkthrough, and on the southern edge of this room, there is a big curtain hanging that's separating this room from whatever else. So the southern edge of this room is actually a curtain. And the western one as well.
Behind this wall, I see a winding stairwell, winding
Correct.
staircase.
Going up and down. There's a spiral staircase there.
Yeah, spiral staircase. Yeah.
Open this door.
It's, strictly speaking, it's a curtain. But yeah,
Oh,
basically,
okay.
you start pulling the curtain across and the whole thing comes down on you. So you're fighting a curtain. For a moment, you think it's another living tapestry, but actually it's just a dusty curtain. Right, so as you open that up, what do you see? Let's see. This seems to be some sort of a writing cabinet. There's some scrolls, there's some books lying about, there's lots of paperwork in this place. A lot of stuff that it seems to be written in Dwarven.
Starting to look at some of it.
You also see, and this is probably, judging by where Moordeep ran across again, you see over here in the corner a spectral dwarf. Now, let me just see. I'm pretty sure somewhere in my little thing I've got a ghost. So let's pull out a...
Yeah, there is a ghost in the monster list.
Yeah, so you have a dwarven ghosts. looks a bit sleepy over there, sitting over some documents, and as you come around, seems to be looking up at you. Seems to be mouthing something, but you can't hear it. You get
I'll
to
walk up to the spectre and say, farewell. What are you reading, venerable ghost?
Doesn't seem to react to you very much at all. It just points a finger at you.
And I'll look behind me and see what the ghost is pointing at.
Seems to be pointing at you as far as you can tell. There's a couple of other things I just wanted to tell you about the room as well. So you saw the spiral staircase. There are lots of parchments and rolls and scrolls. Yeah, and actually on a sideboard, I'm not quite sure I made that. Did I put it somewhere? No, I don't think I did. On the sideboard here, roughly, there seems to be a skull of some sort, but it's got really big fangs. There seems to be some sort of animal, maybe demonic skull, mounted on a wooden board, and it's got a couple of big fangs coming down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of, the mouth is open like this. Big fangs. And it's sort of partially, it's covered in metal as well. Like sheathed in metal.
Do I recognize the skull anatomically?
Do me law. Or animal handling if you prefer.
I don't think I have that. Animal handling. It's lore.
You haven't seen an animal like that. So your bet would be on a demonic skull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a look just out of interest.
You can do a law one as well if you like.
At which point I will notice the ghost.
Oh, the ghost is basically looking at all of you and seems to be mouthing off. Right.
I read its lips?
No, unfortunately you don't speak Dwarvish, so it's a bit tricky. Right, you reckon definitely that's a demonic skull.
No.
Definitely. You've heard of something like this before, but you can't quite put your finger on what this might be. Maybe you should just put your hands in its mouth and see what happens.
That sounds like a good idea.
Go on, Shalendra.
No, not for me. I'm actually wondering whether I could wear that helmet for a while. But
I'm not convinced that's a great idea.
me neither, to be honest.
Demonic skull, is that a material component of something?
No,
Hey.
we don't have anybody who can speak with ghosts, do we?
Speak with ghosts. No,
We
we have
have
a
a
dwarf.
death mage
He's not a dwarf.
And we have a death priest.
And a death priest, yeah.
Yeah, a death wizard or something with us.
Yeah, I think so. You might have.
Uh-huh.
If not, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can attempt to speak to him, but it's a power level above me.
Oh, that would be risky.
I have no objection to you losing some teeth.
Well, yeah, but this is about. No, tell her this is about speaking to a corpse, not
This is
speaking
not a
to a
ghost.
ghost.
This is a ghost. This ghost is walking right the way through Moordeep here, feeling a real shudder of cold, and walking across to one of the other cupboards over here, and is sadly looking at all the paperwork.
It's quite rude behaviour for a ghost, but maybe it just wants someone to finish the accounting.
Could be.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Well, there's lots of paperwork. All sorts. It's very difficult to see, but there's definitely some lists. There seems to be itemized lists of something. There seems to be some sort of correspondence, but you don't actually recognize a lot of it. Because even if it's not necessarily all Dwarven, it's all very old.
I'll tell the ghost if you're looking for some assistance with accounting, you'll probably need someone else.
The ghost looks
Probably
very
someone who
sad.
speaks Dwarven.
Very sad. Shrugs at you.
So he's wording things in Dwarven, and a dwarf doesn't know Dwarven.
You
Or do you
dwarf.
speak Dwarven?
I do not speak Dwarven, no. But it seems that the ghost can understand us, so I'll ask the Honorable Ghost again. Honorable Ghost, how can we free you from this mortal coil? Are you trapped here?
Immortal coil.
Immortal coil.
Looks at you. Doesn't seem to understand.
If you remember, we've got an activity to do though, yeah? You have to find a hammer, yeah? And do this ritual around the ghost.
Do you think we can ask it about hammers through the medium of interpretive dance?
No, we
Go on.
probably just have to carry on searching, don't we?
Want to see that?
Yeah. So what we have to do is to calm the curse.
Now you
The
try.
funeral rite must be completed, striking 7 hammer blows around the crypt to send the ghost to Huge.
Now this ghost is not in the crypt.
No,
You're pretty sure that this is not a crypt.
no, it's not a crypt, is it?
Mm-hmm.
But we may be able to lure it. Maybe the crypt is well, it's probably down, isn't it? It's below us, probably.
Well, we could show it the crown.
Yeah. I'm probably holding it in my hand because so I'll dig out the crown.
Okay.
Crown.
Is it still full of coins or not?
No, I'll empty the coins out.
All right. So, the ghost, the dwarven ghost, seems to recognize it. And sort
Try
of-
to place it on his head.
you try to place it on his head and it falls right the way through.
Yeah, I don't want to let go of it in
looks
case it
offended.
damages it, but just see if it reacts.
Okay. No, sort of. He's sort of looking up as you do that. But just shakes his head and dodges out from underneath it.
I meant it about the dancing, although more of a case of charades. I'd like to see if I can communicate with the ghost through acting.
Okay. What are you trying to communicate? And I might either ask you to do it on camera or you could just roll performance.
It'll be, have you seen a hammer?
If I had a hammer. That's a song, isn't it?
A hammer in the morning.
Or Maxwell and the Silver Hammer. Do you know that one?
I know who it's by, but
It's
I don't think my parents had that LP.
a very, very strange song. Very strange song.
We could easily lure it down to the crypt by just beckoning it. Yeah, it obviously recognises us, and we could beckon it
And
to follow
recognizes
us.
you. But yeah, so what are you trying to communicate, Talia?
I want to ask it if it's seen a hammer, since we need to find one.
Have you seen a hammer?
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Okay, then do me a performance roll. That's what you've got
You could show
performance
it the
for.
dwarven hammer. Mordeep's got a hammer, hasn't he?
I don't. I have an axe.
Ah, you're not a dwarf at all, are you? No hammer. Can't speak dwarven. Lives in the trees.
So the
I'm
dwarf-
saying you, I'm just a dwarf by appearance.
I'm going to push that.
I bet.
It's embarrassing.
It is
Oh, there we
embarrassing. Okay, you push it, and you see a sort of thoughtful glance from the ghost, and looking around, and it shakes its head and points towards some writing utensils over there on the side, and there's a mortar and pestle there. You reckon that probably was used to make some sort of ink.
Write something down in dwarven.
Does anyone have an interpretation spell or something?
Not that you know of.
Blood magic, no. Death magic, no. No, there is no spell for that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, the dwarf is not going to go anywhere. You can come back later if you like.
Yeah, let's carry on searching.
So there's a spiral staircase going up and down,
And a door.
and a door on the stairs.
Let's go and open a door.
That door is a bit stuck, but eventually you get through it, and basically there's a short corridor in it, and then like a couple of steps, and I haven't drawn this out because I would have gone off the map. And there's a long, very steep staircase going down. Yeah, as I said, I haven't done that. Yeah, so you just
Okay.
walk off the map there. Don't go too far, otherwise you will never be able to return. It's a very long staircase going down.
So this could go to the crypt.
Possibly.
So should we do the spiral staircase first then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think up seems to be the preference.
Okay, so you want to go spiral staircase up or down? It's narrow, it's dark, it's a bit dank.
I'll have my light up anyway at all times.
Yeah, very good. Should have thought about that beforehand. That's far too powerful an artifact.
Well, I wouldn't mind going back and collecting them all, because I'm sure we could all do with one.
You could do that. It runs out of magic after a certain amount of time.
Well, they
Yeah,
have been
you
burning for hundreds
don't
of
give me an
years.
idea, Mark. Come on.
No, my idea was that some sort of the magic was in the actual lamp itself, like in the setting. So it might fade away after a while. But okay, you want to go up, you said, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Up. So, now I can show... No, I can't show you like it. You come up into a room, which seems to be a very simply kitted out bedchamber. In one of the walls there's like a little niche, and in there's a wash bowl, and there are some old ancient pictures on the wall. Seem to be depicting some dwarven women, are very, very old and slightly cracked. And to the south there's a very narrow little slit, or like a window, an arrow slit sort of window. It seems to go for a little while. There seems to be a long shaft behind it, but out there you see some air, some daylight, and some fresh air is coming in.
Yeah, so it's a ventilation hole.
And the stair goes up further.
Oh, even further.
Even further.
Seems nothing of interest in this room. Let's maybe move up.
All right, you go further up, and again you come to the next landing, and the floor of this landing here and of the attached room, is quite a small room, seems to be very strange. It's irregularly shaped. Like the floor is really rough in a way, but it seems to be there's a portal on one of the walls, which is covered all over it with lots of different. Is that the right thing? No, it's not the right thing. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing because I put the wrong note down. Let me find the right thing. So, let's try that again. This seems to have been some sort of worker on our lab before. Again, southern wall, you've got an air hole, and this time this shaft that goes out to the outside is not quite as long. There are some ancient bookshelves and quite a few torn up bits of writing. There's some glasses, there's some other lab things that you would find, like different stills, etc. But in the middle of the room is basically a table with all this stuff on it. In front of that, you see the skeleton of a dwarf, and there are a couple of bits of cloth left, not quite moth-eaten yet, which seem to have stars embroidered on them.
Ooh. Okay, and is he clad in that cloth too?
He must have been at some point, but most of that has fallen away and rotted away. The mountain moths, you know?
Okay, and I'll hover my hand over it and see if any magic is emanating from that.
There is a little bit of magic somewhere on this, yeah.
On this?
On this body. You don't know whether it comes from the robe or from something else.
You may have a weapon on him.
Alright, I'll sift through the bones.
You sift through the bones. How many of them would you like to pocket?
Actually, I don't know if I have any use for bones.
I don't know either. So what you find eventually is that the right hand of the skeleton is clutching at a bottle.
Oh, yes.
And as you pry it open, it seems to be a copper bottle made from metal. And engraved on it is a skull around it seems to be a circle of flames.
Ooh. So, I'm assuming from this that this dwarf has taken his own life with this bottle, and I'll take
The bottle is closed.
chemic sound. Oh, on the cloak.
No, I said the bottle is closed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you also see, as you're frisking this whole thing, that there seems to be a small leather pouch which was dangling around the neck of this being, of this dwarf.
Can I open the bottle?
You can.
All right. And I'll uncork it and take a very careful sniff.
It doesn't smell of anything.
Doesn't smell it. And then I shake it a bit.
Seems
there
a
something in
slight swoosh and in there, like there's a powder in it.
Powder.
Mm.
Okay, I'll sacrifice a bit of my personal water, and add it to.
Don't pour the water in there. Pour it into water if you're going to do that. Stop.
But then I'm pouring.
Don't pour the water into there. I'm going to stop you if you do.
There's lab equipment here. If you want to have a little flask or something and you put a little bit of water and a little bit of powder in, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, I would just poison my own water.
Yes. Don't
Okay,
fill
now
this
we'll do
with
that,
water. Don't fill your water with this.
Yeah.
So you combine a little bit of water and a little bit of powder, and the water goes cloudy, but that's it.
Cloudy. That's it. No smell. Still.
No explosion.
It hisses a little bit, but that's about it.
It hisses.
Reaction.
Exothermal reaction. All right.
Quite possibly.
Well, we need to get this analysed before it gets ruined.
Okay. Anyone, and I'll hold it up and shake it a bit. Anyone volunteering for this one?
I can carry it if you want.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to know what this is.
Well, I think it's not. I'm not sure we can identify where we are. I think maybe we need to wait until we get out.
I've given you the clue already, so I'm not going to repeat it. So, but if you frisk the whole room, and of course there's this little leather pouch I was talking about. There's other avenues you can investigate here.
What was it that had the ring of flames on it?
The bottle. The bottle has a skull in the middle and a couple of bones underneath it. And then it's got a circle around it which looks like a ring of flame.
Right.
A ring of fire.
It's either a poison or a potion of fire resistance.
It could be a bit of both.
A poison potion of fire resistance. You may be immune to fire, but you're now green and dying. Yes.
It could be a poison that causes you to catch fire.
It could be. Yes. All right. So there's now these stairs. Shall we head down the stairs?
Yeah, I'll pocket. I'll recork it and pocket the liquid poison, whatever.
Is anybody taking that little leather pouch?
What's in the leather pouch?
Ah, somebody wants to look. Finally. Right, you open it up. In there is a little gemstone, and that gemstone is carved. So it's basically, what do you call it? Octagonal. So it's got facets going off. Yeah, 8 corners, 8 sides.
Carved rock.
Shiny.
Shiny.
What colour is it?
What shiny color could it be? Shall we say it's deep red?
Deep red carved octagonal gemstone.
Yeah. And there's other stuff here. You could spend a merry couple of hours in here if you wanted to. But there's also the stairs still continue upstairs.
Yes, let us continue.
Yep.
You want
On,
to go to the
kid.
top floor.
On.
And as you ascend the stairs, it takes a little while going around, just like Moody was doing there. You get fresh air and you see some sunlight above you. And you come out high up on the mountainside. There seems to be like a column of rock that you have climbed inside. And you've got some battlements around, but you've got a huge long-range view out over the valley. You also see up there some sort of markings along the battlements and a stone seat right in the middle.
It's nice. I'll check for dragons.
You don't see any dragons right now, but as you look around, there is a raven circling above your heads.
I think we're being watched.
Yes.
Just a raven.
Can I discern the color on that raven?
This raven is really unusual. It is black.
No, okay.
All
That's
black,
not a
are they?
blue dragon.
It's a soup song of facetiousness.
Hey, what?
Just a soup song. A smidge.
Oh, right.
Just a wafer thin mint of sarcasm.
All right. So, you look around for a while. It's nice to be back in the fresh air for a moment.
Yeah.
Although this place is not too bad. But yeah, the raven flies off.
Okay, so we head back down.
Mm-hmm.
You going straight back down, or are you hanging about a bit to see what happens?
No, I don't.
Well, if that raven was watching us, it might be going to fetch someone, so let's leave.
Down. Dive.
Catch his dragon buddy.
Okay, then if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Yeah, and if I don't know whether our watchers on the stream, Captain, if you can read my notes on this one, but yeah, you might just go, oh, they're so dumb. Anyway, you descend back down to the main library stairs, the archive, and yeah, what do you want to do? The stairs continue downstairs as well. And of course you had the other steep staircase by 19A.
Yeah, I'll follow this spiral staircase down.
And so do the others, I take it? So say we all?
Yep.
It's a long descent. It's probably just as far down as it was up to the platform. So it takes a while, and actually you can feel your legs and your knees especially after a while. But you can eventually arrive in a cellar room, which is full of, like a recess, which is octagonal.
I was just thinking we were going to have to stick that octagonal gem into some kind of octagonal recess at some point. I remember those Toblerones from
Good
the
old
previous
adventures, you know, from the 80s. That's how they work.
So, stick the red octagonal key into the into the red octagonal hole.
And then do a saving throw against explosions or death magic. Yeah. So you stick it in there, and you sort of match it, and it clicks into this recess. And
get locked in there.
let's see, what can I say? And
Does it get locked?
a door recess sort of appears, and a piece of the wall slides backwards. It goes crunch, 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 rumble, rumble, rumble as it moves backwards and sideways. So it's sort of folded open for you.
Okay, let us go
Behind
in.
there's a narrow but dark alleyway. No, alleyway is the wrong thing. Tunnel. Let's just call it a tunnel.
And magic lantern.
So, do you want to go down there? Because this
Yeah.
tunnel goes downwards.
Yes, hopefully it's not it's not the rubbish the rubbish chute down to the infinite furnace.
Hopefully not. Actually,
So if we get near the end and it gets hot, or we hear the sound of tentacle monsters, then we'll go back.
it doesn't go down this level. Because you are right at the bottom already, aren't you? And I actually have to look up exactly where it goes, because I didn't label my map well enough. Oh dear. Do you want
Frank, being prepared? Never.
Come on. You know I'm prepared. But
Yes, I know.
it should be there on my map that it leads to. But let me just double check that briefly. You can sing us a song or tell us a story while I have a quick.
Oh, I could make a cuppa.
Or you could make a cuppa, but only if you make me one.
Sure. You better get here while it's still warm.
Because I want to get a cuppa as well. So let me just check it up and then we can do a short break. So, where is it going? Is it in there? Because it's these. There are so many different passages and so on. I didn't label them all up. And that is coming back to bite me now. So, it goes to there. Interesting. Yes. Okay, I can briefly tell you where that brings you out. It brings you out from underneath. I'll move you over there. Actually, we've got a couple of people stuck in the rock now. Let me just move you properly. It brings you up back here.
Oh.
That's what brings you back up. From far below.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
Well,
we
this
can
is
still have a
familiar.
little break now. We can still have a little tea break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can tell me what you want to do after.
All
Think
right.
over your tea. Tea is good for thinking.
Tea
right?
break it is.
Yep. Tea
Okay.
break.
I'm going to go to our little pause screen. And then I'm going to say we're going to be back in about 5 minutes, I reckon. There we go again. Hello. Not sure whether anybody is still listening or watching.
Maybe they run off in despair how stupid
It's
they are.
Moordeep's brother who is watching us. I think he's really the only one. And there's Uncle Rod, but I'm wondering whether that's Leonard himself. Is it?
Could be. Could be. Yes, it is. But I don't watch it. I just follow chat.
That's fine.
So don't worry, I haven't seen your notes or anything. As you might have guessed from that Raven hint. I don't
Oh well. You can watch it later and find out what you missed. So, we are back in the Ravenlands. We are back in the tower. So where you want to go next? Oh, out of the tower. You left the tower behind. There's one staircase you didn't follow.
So, one stairwell down to go, haven't we?
Yeah, from the archive, there was this long, sloped stairway going down. You didn't follow that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the only place I can think of.
Yeah. And then there is, of course, the other stairway here that you escaped down, and there's another one up there.
And there was a door on the other side of the dragon throne room, wasn't there?
There is another.
Or was there?
Yeah, double door. Mm-hmm.
That leads east. Yeah.
The Forbidden Land, east.
What about this one? Have we been in here?
I'm not sure.
We have, because we can see it.
Yeah, in that case, you have been down there.
Yeah. So, should we try
Some
this
of you
one?
can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
You want
go
to try
down.
that one? Right.
Yeah, maybe Giotto, you can lead. You've been here already, albeit in a very distressed state.
I'm maybe a bit slow with my punctured thigh.
Oh, still, yeah.
Yes,
It's going to take 5 more days to clear up.
a little bit slow. Okay, that's what you want to go. Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Yeah. Yep.
So you follow that down, and that means we will have a new map to transfer you to. So let me just grab your tokens, put you on there, and we'll see what you see. Of course, your Ziotal has been down that way before, trying to escape.
I didn't
the
go down the stairs, I was just stayed in that room, didn't I?
Yeah, you didn't go far.
Holding the door.
So Shalindra, Talia, and we have a dwarf somewhere. Where's the dwarf? There. So, you are in a corridor. This place, the tiling is different. It seems to be much higher class of stone, much nicer stone. But yeah, that's where you are, this corridor.
I'm not moved yet.
I've not moved yet.
Oh, sorry. I do forget these things sometimes. Pop, pop, pop,
Oh,
and pop. Now
Seems
you're
a
all
nice
here.
door.
The Royal Necropolis, that sounds a bit like a crypt.
Ah, could be, could be. And as you come down this corridor a little bit, you hear a distant drum. But it seems to be a little bit, I don't know, irregular, like there are several drums going on at slightly different rates, and sometimes they overlap and then they drift apart again.
To a sense magic.
Not in particular, no.
Okay.
But it is quite creepy. So,
Drums in the deep. They are
drums in
coming.
the deep.
Yes, I do.
Drums in the moor deep, yeah. So, do you guys want to do me a quick wits roll?
Yes. Wits.
Morning, aye.
That's one of you, thank you. That's less witty. That's everybody. So, moor deep. It certainly reminds you of heartbeats.
ooh, that's interesting.
The others, you're thinking, what's this going on? What's this? And can ye, the people who didn't get their wits roll done, do me a quick empathy stroke insight if you have fearless.
Empathy roll, yeah?
Yep.
That's a lot of empathy.
Not a lot of empathy at all. Right, Xiatal, you steal your nerves and you think, oh, what could it be? Can't be that bad. Shalendra, however, gets quite nervous, and I'm gonna rule that you get 1 empathy damage.
Ow!
You're really nervous. You're on edge.
Ow.
And Talia, did you do your roll?
I passed the wits roll.
And the oh yeah, you did you? Yes, you did. Good.
1 success.
Yeah. You also think this sounds just like heartbeats. It just seems to be several heartbeats, which is strange.
All right, I'm very intrigued by this. I'm thinking about, is this maybe a pacemaker situation, or
Pacemaker? What's a pacemaker? Shalendra, you, as you said, you're a bit nervous. And Xiatal, you're also a bit nervous. So actually, you should be getting an empathy. No, you didn't. Never mind. You're a bit nervous, but you steal your nerves because of your fearlessness. So, Shalendra, you can roleplay this a bit if you like. It was a wins.
I'm just thinking. Do you know, we don't really need to head down here. There's somewhere. There's other places to explore. We can always come back here later.
Well, but we need to find these weapons. The one will be down here.
No.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Come on, still yourself, elf. Let's go moving.
So, you're
I shall.
going to be dragged along.
I shall give Shalendra an encouraging hug.
Oh, how nice. Are you allowed to hug again? I think you are, right?
Yeah, I think we've been allowed to hug since Monday.
very curious how a beating heart can still so much fear into you, as you have silenced so many.
Ooh.
Well, that's probably why, because they haven't been silenced yet.
There's definitely more than 1 heartbeat going on. They're not quite the same, so they drift apart and they come back together. Is it the heartbeats of your victims, Shalendra? Coming to
I
haunt
don't
you?
have victims.
How many people have you killed? I mean, seriously.
I don't know.
Dozens, since we started playing. So,
It's not quite that many.
are you moving on or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
let's
this?
go.
If I stand at the back with my bow to cover you, you guys can go first. How's that?
Yes, I will take the lead.
I'll come second then. I have no fear.
No fear.
It's my pride. I need to use it.
Oh, I see. But you need to roll something. Actually, that's something you could have used as well if you ever failed a fear roll. Yeah, you could use that.
Yeah,
Which is probably
unfortunately, I
gaming
haven't
the
found
system.
any, really.
All right, so Shalendra, you see the dwarf disappearing around the corner, and then you see Xiatal disappearing around the corner.
I assume the
With the
dwarf hasn't
lights.
got a light, so he probably needs me to be next to him.
Then, do you switch on another light, you two, at the back? Because currently you are pretty much in the dark.
No, I've got a magic lantern I'm holding.
I thought that was Xiatal was holding it.
Have you got the carrying capacity?
I thought I took the gem out, so it was just
Just a normal
Easy.
item.
It's
I've got a carrying capacity. It just means I can't run. I can't run anyway.
okay. Do you want to write it on your equipment, then I'll get rid of mine.
Mm-hmm.
As
You should get some more.
Shalendra reaches the bend in the corridor, the corner,
It's
the
a normal
heartbeats
one.
get louder and louder and louder, but eventually, as you round the corner and move up towards the others, it fades away. So, our
See, we're
players
going
can
to be
see,
fine.
can see more than I thought. Why can you see the next room already? Shouldn't be able to see the next room.
I can't.
I can't.
You can't, you say. So you don't mind if I just reset the fog?
I can't. Okay, seeing as we
One moment.
You can go back to the
Ding.
other. Yeah, that's fine. That's all you've seen. Just wanted to make sure this fog is correct. I probably could see more because at some point I walked through the whole dungeon, check all the walls.
Okay, seeing as the heartbeat now.
It fades away. In this piece, you can't hear it anymore. In this piece,
Okay,
you can.
then I'll just open this door on the left.
Right. Yeah, you open the door, you shine a light into it. Again, it's quite decrepit looking, but on the southern edge, you see that there's some, what must have been ropes of some sort hanging off the wall. It's just some torn shreds. In the northern edge, northwest edge here in the corner, there is a big vase made from glass, cut glass. Lots of different colors.
Anything in that?
And
babe?
there is here in the corner, there is a richly decorated stone box.
Ooh. Ooh. Is that box to be opened? Can that be opened?
You can definitely try.
Alright, I'll see if there's a lock mechanism or if I can open it.
Okay, so let's have a quick read of this again. In and around. This. Right, you can open it. It is quite chunky, but it does open. It's about a bit bigger than a shoebox, like a boot box. You open it up, and inside there is a stone hammer that has engraved runes on it. They definitely look dwarven, but as usual, you have clueless as to what they say.
Alright, I'll take it out and hold it up and show it to the others. Look what I found.
It's a one-handed, relatively small hammer made from stone.
Does
Entirely
this
made from stone,
seem
not
familiar?
even wooden haft.
And this is the hammer we need for the king.
Well, it's more than I expected, but
Yeah.
It must make a sound, and I'll tap it on the shoebox and see if it clings.
You tap it on the shoebox and it goes tock, tock, tock.
He never said it was a weapon. It was the axe is the weapon the king had, whereas I think the hammer, clearly maybe had other purposes.
Well, you reckon, I don't want to be too difficult with you guys, you reckon that's some sort of religious, ritualistic sort of implement. There's the vase in the corner as well, of course.
Let's have a look in the vase.
You shine your light into it, and it's a bit hard to see because of all the refraction going on, but there's something in there. You reckon there's some sort of pendant in the vase?
How big is the actual vase?
It's quite big.
I mean, is it something you could
Foot
pick
high.
up and empty, or is it something you have to reach in?
You could possibly do either.
Let's try and empty it. I feel slightly nervous about reaching into strange vases.
So, you tip the whole thing over, and out slips a copper amulet. You think it's copper. You're not very good at metals.
Let's have a look. Yeah, pick it up, have a look.
It's about, what is that, like 6, 7 centimeters disc. The pendant, made from metal. And it's got a red gem in the middle of it. Again, with runes all the way over. You're not quite sure what it is, but it looks quite pretty and it looks very dwarven.
I wonder if it goes with my fancy clothes. I'll put it on and see if it goes with my clothes.
Yeah, I suppose. It's a bit bigger than you normally would go for. You don't go for bling like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite large on you. But yeah, why not? Chunky jewellery for a lithe lady. Why not?
Copper Dwarven Amulet. Red gem. There we go. Looks nice. By the way, is it magical?
Don't know yet. I'll have to decide it later. In the original, yes, lots of stuff you find here is magical, but I don't want to overload it. This is a low fantasy setting.
Okay. So we continue through that north door. I wonder what beating hearts were.
You're opening the door. You're entering a relatively largish room. which has a very dim sort of light from two crystal
Don't go
lanterns.
anyway, guys. That door to the right there, that looks very much like that other door which sealed up, didn't it?
Yes. Oh, who's rolling a mishap and why?
That would be because I wasn't clicked onto my token, so when I pressed the button to move myself, it rolled a magical mishap instead.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you had done something I didn't want to know. So, yeah, what you see in this room is quite large compared to the last tiny little one. There's a big marble table in the middle here. There's a stone portal with some engravings around it. And as you come in, you seem to hear whispering voices. Whispering voices. It's really hard to make out. You also see that the eastern wall has got, around the portal there, has got lots of depictions of the history of the dwarves. The 7 forefathers, how they started mining, how they started building out the world, and battle scenes and all sort of stuff. And one of the, as they say in English, leitmotif seems to be the eternal rebirth of the Dwarven tribes. On the northern wall, there's lots of reliefs, and mainly dedicated to crafts and arts of the dwarves. And although I didn't put them on this map, there are 6 statues of dwarves in front of them. Each one of them has got a particular posture, like they're working metal, like they're working on crafts of some sort.
Do they look like... my brain has suddenly gone to... Each statue represents a dwarven virtue.
Could be. Oh, certainly a dwarven craft. And in the along the southern wall that you just came in by, there are 8 figures of, looks like legendary dwarven warriors or something.
No.
And there's a door, a big gate again, a double sort of gate off to the east, and west, sorry. And what you also notice, the floor, if you look very closely, it seems to be almost like cemented skeletons. The skeletons poured in with something that binds them together, and basically everything you're walking on is skeleton.
You know, I've got this idea that we need to put the dwarven remains of the king on this plinth thingy, the marble, and then do the whole bangy bangy with the hammer.
It's definitely this room, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, do the bangy bangy with the hammer.
Mark, don't do words like. I've had a day and a half.
This floor is unsettling. Shall we try and find a more reassuring one?
So, shall we go east or west?
I thought somebody might want to have a closer look at this floor.
Yes, let's take the hint. Let's have a closer look at the floor.
Right.
Are these dwarf skeletons or something else skeletons? That seems
you
like
can do me
an important
long.
thing to-
Ziotol probably would find this easiest because he deals with skeletons a lot. He deals in skeletons. You can do me law. And I might give you +2 on that. Because of your skeleton expertise.
Law. +2.
Ooh. You know what? I'm just going to give you that anyway. You should know this. They very much look like human skeletons. They're not dwarves, they're not orc. They're human skeletons you're walking on.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? Do they look ancient, as if they've been here for hundreds of years?
Probably, because the whole place has been here for hundreds of years. And you do remember that there was this long battle, the many battles of the human invaders basically attacking the dwarves, and the dwarves trying to defend themselves against them. And the orcs
There's a
were their
massive
allies.
battle down here.
So it does make more sense.
Yeah, I'm just surprised we haven't seen any others elsewhere through the complex, but...
So, and because I think this is a cool bit of the story, even though it's meant to be in Dwarven, you hear this whisper, and eventually you make out what the whispering says. Yeah, so this is going to run through quite quickly in the middle, but you can read it in the chat as well. And I'm going to just stick it on my screen as well. probably too much exposition, but I think it's quite cool. That's a good moment for it. So, just stick it on for our friend in Germany. I can see it as well.
So is this basically the Dwarven creation myth?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, somebody's 3D printing somewhere. Sounded like it anyway. So, that's where you are. You've got 2 doors. You've got a room full of ancient skeletons, ancestral skeletons. Maybe your forefathers, your tall. Maybe your spare parts reservoir.
Yeah, I can only carry so many skulls.
Sorry, say that again. Can you see skulls?
I said I can only carry so many skulls.
Yeah, you've got plenty of them. And these you would actually have to hack out of the ground. They're basically baked into the floor.
So the whispering in this room is just reciting that creation myth.
Eventually, after standing there for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, everybody gets pieces of it in their heads, but eventually you get it together. Yes, that's the message.
That was terribly rude.
What was rude?
Oh, what it said about elves.
That's what I was thinking.
You think? But you think the elves are always the noble and good ones?
Of course, that's why we're elves.
Right. Not in this game. Anyway, you've got a few things you can do. What do you want to do?
Right. Let us go west. Life is peaceful there.
Go west, life is peaceful there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it with the number of skeletons in this place.
You can open it. You should be able to open it yourself.
I take it those big circles are lights.
The big circles are meant to be lights, yeah. One of them is basically broken or out, the other one is very dim. So,
Ooh, this ends in not a wall.
well, it actually goes back as an ascending corridor, quite long, but it's like basically changes from this flooring into normal stone tile, and then there's a slant going up. It's like a processional route, you reckon.
So
It goes up
was
quite a
where
long
they
way.
come in.
If you want to go up there, you can tell me and I can show you where it comes up.
Hey, I think we need to go back east then.
Alright.
Dragon door.
Dragon door. So,
Okay,
dragon
stand back,
door,
everybody, just in case.
Okay.
It has got above it just one little short rune word. Other than that, you don't actually know. There's no handle, there's no lock, there's no lever, there's nothing else. It's just this rune word engraved above it.
Say open in dwarf.
You say open in dwarf. Okay, let's
No.
assume you know enough dwarf for that. It doesn't.
No, unfortunately I don't. Try to read the rune if possible. I'll do a law check of some sort.
Yeah, do me lord check. You are a very wise man, very well educated.
Law.
You might
Well,
be
not
able
after
to
my last
sound-
roll.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! You think it must be a dwarven name? Not quite sure how to say it, but you could give it a go. Put it in the chat.
Mahal.
Oh, very nice. So you work it out eventually, and as you do, the door goes click and opens up. You remember this from your studies, that this was the ancient forefather, the founding father, if you like, of the clan of the Meromanians. The first king. So,
Indeed.
the room funnels down towards another door. And you see some sort of murals again of people carrying dead dwarfs down this way.
Oh,
A funeral procession.
this might be the crypt.
Hmm.
All of this creepy flooring. And an axe. That's on the list, isn't it?
Yep. The axe of the king.
Ah, an axe, indeed.
I'm not going to volunteer to pick it up.
You keep hearing this whispering, going right the way around it. So you come into this room. There are 7 other corridors going away from this room. They are each about 1.5 meters wide, and next to each of these are names engraved.
These are individual tombs.
There's a big name, and then there are lots of smaller names underneath it. So these might be the 7 kin, the 7 clans of the Mirrormanians. In the middle, there's a huge, very serious-looking dwarf figure, and there is a big axe lying in front of it. Big battle axe. It's got runes and symbols on it, and its haft is sort of wrapped in a gold.
It's like about 7 feet long, that is, from the look of it.
Yeah, well, not quite. It's about 6 feet long, you reckon? Actually,
The
no,
dwarf might be massive.
the figure seems to be huge. Yeah, you recognize. I mean, the god huge, not just it's big.
Mhm.
It is big, but it's also huge. Hühne, as he's called in German. Right. Yeah, and then there are the other corridors. And this figure in the middle seems to glow with a faint light as well.
They sense magic.
There's definitely magic in this place. Definitely. Hard to tell what sort, but definitely magic in this place.
Okay, so this seems to be the crypt that we need to lay the king to rest. But we have the helmet or the crown, but what we are missing is...
I've got it all. The hammer and the axe.
It's the body, isn't it?
What you're missing
Oh, yeah.
is the body, yeah. Minor detail.
Do you think he's in one of these little side compartments?
Sorry?
Do you think he's in one of the side compartments?
He might very well be.
Let's have an examination.
Which one do you want to go to?
This one first.
That's northwest. Alright, so as you walk towards it, there's another dwarf standing at the end. A figure, a statue of a dwarf. And there are little niches in the side. And in these niches, in several tiers, are laid out skeletons of dwarves. So this is a crypt, and it seems to be organized into different groups of dwarves. Let's put it that way.
So there will be a crypt for the king, won't there, that we need to bring him to?
Quite possibly. Now, if you understood the whole myth of the Mirrormanians correctly, and you did pass your law roll earlier, there was a founding father, Mahal, and he had 7 sons, and these 7 sons were basically the forefathers of the 7 families of the clan. So this might match it. So that might be one of these for each of them.
Because we've got to hit the hammer on each of the 7 doors, yeah?
Yeah, and maybe we should lay the king to rest here on this.
Yeah, possibly. Or before the god huge.
Or before the god huge, yeah.
In the place where the axe is.
Yeah.
So we need to remove the axe anyway.
We'll try both, but first we have to retrieve him.
First you have to what?
We need to find his bones, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Where he died. So he would have died in battle, Go back to the room where the bones are and see if there is a kingly person.
Where the bones are, this chamber here. A kingly person, do you mean a statue of a kingly person?
No, I'm thinking of the bone, because he died in battle. So maybe he died in a massive combat back there.
Maybe, but all the skeletons here that are let into this ground here, they're all human as far as
they're all human. Okay, yeah.
So it seems to be the sentiment of like walking on the bones of your enemies. There might be occasional demon bones in there as well, actually, because that was the demon army.
And there's no bones in the main chamber here.
Nope.
Well, we checked each of the doors.
You can. They are basically more like archways rather than doors.
Okay.
And each of them has like a big name over the top, and then little names, smaller names all the way around the door.
Is there one with the bones of a dwarf?
Well, there are bones in all the alcoves off to the side. You have to.
Yeah, but these are the...
Give me another lore roll, and I might give you the names. If you pass this lore roll, I'll give you all the names that are on the corridors. I think that will help you at this point.
Okay. Lore.
You want to push this?
Yeah, I'll push. Yeah, go on in.
Oh, there we go. Look, 3 successes. That's more like it. So the names you see on the different corridors are these. And now you have to remember something from our original mission briefing.
Oh, Bronar is the one, isn't it?
Oh, Bronar, it says on this corridor here.
Yeah. He was
Bruno on that corridor, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you go in there. Oh, somebody's labeling it. Thanks, Mark.
Helmet Stars, Bronar's Axe, and Hammer of the Dead.
Didn't work.
What were you trying to do?
Right.
So if you're trying to write Bronar, it did work.
Oh, I couldn't see it.
Well, I can see it.
I can see it now. It's because Shalindra is out of sight of it, I think. Can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay. So you go down this corridor, and as you move into that, who wants to enter it first? Who wants to go in there?
I do.
I do. Shalendra is down to 1 empathy, though. Just keep that in mind. You're a bit scared of this place. You still hear this whispering.
You know, I'm going to go down there. I think I need to make up for my previous cowardice.
Okay, as you walk in there,
I'll go with you to keep you company.
the light fades a little bit, and the whispering gets a bit louder as you approach it. And you see the skeletons lying about. And actually, coming out of that statue at the end of the corridor, there is a spectral being. Just a shape, and it's very hard to tell because there's almost too much light, really, to really tell what that is. But whatever this is stretching out a spectral hand towards you.
Doggies. That's back on. There's a spectral thingy down here, guys.
I would almost be tempted to let you make an empathy roll, but I think it's a bit mean. There's only 1 die left. So I think I might be generous. You see that one of the skeletons here seems to be not as well presented as all the other ones. Yeah? Because most of them are like dressed, or used to be dressed in some sort of robes, and they're carefully positioned. But there's one here which seems like it's still wearing some sort of armor. And this basically looks like it hasn't been carefully put in, but more like tossed into its little alcove.
Right, so I suspect that's the remains which we're going to need to...
Yeah. And the spectral thing is walking towards you, Shalendra.
Right. So whereabouts are the bones?
About where your cursor is right now.
Ah,
And
about
I
here.
need to find another ghost for you. Hang on. Ghost. Let's find another ghost.
Grab them and run.
Yeah.
Compassionate. Oh, tutorial. Oh, I just deleted it again. I wanted to move.
But this is its ghost. He's not a rest, isn't he? We need to do the ceremony.
Bossy ghost. So it's wandering towards you, stretching its hand out, and looks a little bit angry. And, okay, Shalendra, you are probably too busy, but Talia, you notice something. It's strange. This ghostly shape is a dwarven woman.
Mm.
Wasn't it a king we were looking for?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Are dwarves still called king if they're women?
Typically no, and traditionally certainly women didn't become king or queen.
This may be the queen of the king. But we know it's a king we're looking for because he has a
Farin
Now
Brona
name.
was the name. Farin Brona.
yeah. Sounds Mal.
But yeah, it looks like it's trying to speak to you, this thing. What do? Do you, as it comes towards you, do you get out of there, or do you stand and wait until it reaches you? Quick
You
decision.
said it's reaching its hand out, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it wants something. Maybe it wants the hammer.
Shalendra, you're getting quite scared by this.
Yeah, I'm going to retreat a bit.
Okay, so that leaves Talia first.
I'm going to say to the ghost, we're just here to perform some funeral rites.
The ghost seems to nod.
Is it okay if we move these bones for the ceremony?
Another nod.
Well, thank you. Is there anything we can help you with?
Sorry, is there anything?
That we can help you with?
Another nod. The ghost starts coming towards you now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll nervously stand my ground.
You stand your ground. It politely walks around you rather than through you. And it's basically positioning itself on the statue, in the statue, close to the statue.
Ah, it's giving us telling us where to go.
Right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So who's moving the bones?
Yeah, I can handle them.
You can handle
It's a
them.
dwarven ancestor, dwarven brethren.
Excellent choice of words. Could you do me a... What shall we do? Sleight of hand, you don't have anything. You can just do me a straight agility roll. I want to see how many of the bones you drop.
Oh no.
Oh, very well done. You actually managed to round up all the bones carefully, bundle them up. But this dwarf still has some armor on. Yeah, it makes it easier because the ribs don't all fall out and stuff, but it's quite heavy. But you do actually manage to do this. You do manage to gather it all up. And where do you put it?
I'll look at the ghost questioning with a questioning face and see where it points me.
It just hovers and looks at you expectantly.
Okay, then I'll put it down on this slab here, on this
Right
marble
by its
slab.
weapon. Mhm.
Yeah.
Good. And then what does everybody else do? Chalendra especially, I want to know where she is. 'Cause she's so nice and close to a horror critical injury.
Yes.
All right.
This will
Chickening out.
teach me to concentrate on combat.
Shalendra, what seems to be the problem?
Nothing. I'm just feeling. I'm worried we might be attacked, so I'm going to stand over here and guard this exit.
Are
away
you
from
afraid? Are you afraid of the spectre? Maybe I can help with that.
Oh, I'm not afraid. I'm looking after everybody. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Are you closing your heart to this?
No. I'm making
You
sure
might
everyone's nice and safe all the way over here.
Would you like me to sing you a song?
Yes.
What are you going to sing about?
Something inspiring.
Read no ghost.
I'm going to sing a nice song about trees
I like.
Okay.
and the beauty of the woodland.
And what an axe can do to it.
And how lucky elves with lovely blonde hair find big bags of gold under trees.
And let's hear a song then.
Well, I'm actually using my Path of the Hymn talent.
I thought you might be.
Yep.
Trees.
You don't have to roll performance for that, do you?
No, I just have to spend a willpower.
Mm.
Right, Shalendra, you can have 1 empathy back.
Yes. So, you hear a nice little song of trees trying to cheer up the dwarf, the elf who loves her trees much more than these underground halls.
It might cheer the dwarf up as well.
I might do, because this is a special dwarf. So, dwarf who knew no stone, what are you gonna do? You seem to be left in charge here. Ziontal seems to have gone on standby mode.
Alright. I'll go over to Ziotel and hold my hand out and ask for the crown.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Alright. And I'll pour it into your hands and all of the coins out of it.
I've got a stick that you can go into.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and I'll set that crown down. Is there a skull? Does he have a skull?
Yeah.
Intact? Then I'll
Intact.
put the helmet on.
You think the problem with this dwarf that this dwarf died of basically was that it must have had a big slice into the chest through the collarbone, but the head is still there.
Alright, then I'll put the crown. Or is it a helmet or a crown? It doesn't say, right?
It's a helmet which has sort of a crown worked into it.
Okay, and I'll put that on the skull.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need to sound the hammer 7 times around the room.
Right.
Yep.
Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to go knock with a... Oh, bangity bang is what you said, wasn't it? With a hammer.
It's probably on the statues.
Yeah, I'll look up to the statues to see if there's something, an iron there, a bell, or...
Yeah, little anvil maybe.
The
Shield?
anvil, maybe. Well, they all have shields, but they're made from stone. The door, the archway,
The archway,
they're
top of
made
the
from
archway.
metal. The archways are made from metal.
It must be there.
But as you're doing this, Mudeep, can I just ask you for one thing? Can you do me a quick wits, actually make it a healing roll?
Healing?
As you're handling the skeleton. Is that really all you can do?
That is all I can do, yeah.
How come? Your wits are 5, aren't they? Healing is empathy.
Yeah, healing's empathy.
No, I want something with wits. Do me law then. This is more wits than empathy. There we go. You are pretty sure, after handling the skeleton and looking at the skeleton a little longer, that this is a female dwarf skeleton.
Oh.
So obviously not the king, but probably can still be laid to rest in the same ceremony.
And she might have been in disguise all this time.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell with the dwarves, right?
I don't know. You tell us.
It is hard to tell.
It is hard to tell, yeah. But you just wonder. Anyway, if you remember the legend from the beginning, it's a bit long ago, but I don't want to do too much exposition right now. So you walk around. Cat attack on the knee. You walk around, and?
As soon as I come up on this archway, I kind of bang the hammer at it and see if it reverberates.
There's a
really
big
nicely.
bang, and there's a very nice reverberation going around the halls, and there's a resonance coming from all the other doors as well, all the other archways.
All right, then I'll go around the room, and as I walk past, I bang at them.
And you probably call out the names, don't you?
Yeah, for the ones I know, yeah.
Well, you know them all because Yotol translated them for you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, then I am, yeah.
All right. So, and basically, are you taking your time, or are you quite swift about this?
I'm quite swift because I'm trying to get them to reverberate at the same time.
Very good, very good. You know how a GM thinks. So, you get this chord, this 7-tone chord going. They're all sounding a bit different. And as that happens, basically, the statue in the middle lights up. And where there was a sort of a very dim glow beforehand, there's now a big light coming out of it. It's almost blinding. Yeah, you basically feel like there's magic washing over you. And you think this is divine magic rather than, sorcerer's magic. And then the light fades and goes back in and turns a gentler color again. So you do not have to avert your eyes anymore. You can actually look what's going on. And the ghost is gone.
Laid to rest.
Job done. Well, we can now return all these other items to the dwarves.
If that was the right dwarf, anyway.
Now, what you did notice as you were walking around the different alcoves is that they each had a weapon where they were laid to rest in the alcove. All the other skeletons had their own weapon. Here's a little ninja kitten that keeps attacking my kneecaps when I'm not looking.
Tiny cat.
Well, she just comes up and jumps and claws onto you under the desk. Yeah, it goes cling.
Right.
But she's so cute. So do you put the axe in with the skeleton? Do you put it to rest, or do you just leave it lying on the rock?
No, I think let's put it in with the skeleton.
Good call. And the helmet as well? Good.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, yeah.
And what are you going to do with the hammer?
Should we return the hammer to its room, or leave it here on the plinth?
What's stopping someone else coming back and just stealing it? Like an orc.
The secret door that you had to open.
Yeah. I'm thinking we should maybe leave the hammer here.
Yeah, this is the room that it was made for, so let's just leave it here.
Good. Right.
The interesting thing is, when we first came here, the dwarves wanted these items back.
Well, they did, didn't they?
Maybe to sort of reclaim their glory and take back over the place, whereas we're just leaving them here.
There is that.
That's a decision you can make. Yeah, they all have weapons, but you reckon that the helmet stroke crown was probably passed on.
Yeah. So if we take the hammer and the crown and can return them to the dwarven people and leave the axe with the remains.
That seems reasonable. And crowns aren't generally buried with their previous owners.
No,
No.
that's because they often go out of their way. People that want crowns often go out of their way to make sure
Indeed, indeed. So,
the crown doesn't go missing.
what would you like to do next?
Right.
Should we go back up to the sage now? The other dwarf.
We could tell him we've laid the other one to rest.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe that one would like to be laid to rest as well.
Hmm.
Mm.
We didn't have his bones, did we?
How many charades can you do?
I mean, it might be a difficult conversation.
In the witch and the wardrobe.
It could be. It could be difficult charade, definitely. So, okay, let's wrap this up a little bit because I don't want to get to bed too late. I almost fell asleep at work today, which was not the one thing. While covering somebody else's lesson. So, you are ganging back up. You are getting together. You are probably closing the doors behind you. Are you? Okay.
Yep.
So the question is, do you go back the same path that you came out? Or do you follow this
So
other
we head
route?
up this big funeral procession thing.
Yeah, do you go the known path or the unknown path?
The unknown.
Yeah, no.
The unknown path.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm going to just show you where you come back up. Why did I stick this way? Okay, that's the wrong one. Oh, I must have removed it from my navigation. Hang on a second.
The game is paused too.
Yeah, that's fine. That was my cat.
Mm-hmm.
She just stepped on the key for it. So where you're coming back up is. I just need to find your characters, and then I'm going to move you across. Where did you all go? Are you all here, stuck up in the back? Two of you there. Move you here. And the other two were down here. And just about squeeze you in. And of course it reveals everything in between, which is always a drawback. So, you are... there.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
my internal inertial navigation device tells us. That's
You
obviously
have
wrong.
yeah, more deep actually, he doesn't know why, but he actually seems to have a good sense of direction under earth, under the ground. Which puzzles you somewhat, seeing as you really didn't ever spend any time underground.
All right, and I will lead us confidently out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, even though the door is open.
Obviously it's sealed in. Obviously, we need to go back because that's all where it's sealed.
Ah, hang on, it's just me having forgotten the door, that's all. I can move you through walls. I am mighty. Look at my deeds in despair.
Ah.
So, why that should be a door. I marked it as a door.
Did you quote Ozymandias?
Yeah, the door. The wall is too long, that's the problem.
Oh, it was in it. Hmm.
Now you should be able to move through it. Close enough. So, you are in a wide dwarven road almost, like 6, 7, 8 meters wide. And, yeah, it's an area you've been told to steer clear of.
Let us be stealthy, people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you can also see here, this door, which you're pretty sure what it is, where it leads. It's got a big bar across it from this side.
All right, let's open up our escape route.
All right.
Let's hold off yet, just in case, because it's obviously barred for some reason.
Yeah, to keep you out. Coming from the other side.
All right, right. Now open this door too. I cannot.
Which one? Oh, that's because it's locked.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I put a padlock on
No key, no handlebar.
Yeah, there is a keyhole in it,
Okay, but no key. Yeah.
but no key. And you're moving through this big road, essentially. And you hear from somewhere, you hear some voices. And they sound like they're talking Orc.
Mm.
Somewhere ahead of you, and probably behind this gate to the side that you just walked past, you hear some drums from the deep.
Or dragon room.
Do we hear the dragon still behind this room? Behind this door?
Okay, let's have a quick look. Just need to say goodnight to your brother, because he needs some sleep. So, can you hear something? Let's have a quick look. Let's say there is a... What time is it? You probably spent a good 3 hours down there. It's afternoon. He might be out hunting. Let's do ask the dice. You don't hear any noise behind the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay, potential escape route too.
Well, yeah, there is a dragon potentially there as well.
Yep. Okay, let's head back.
There's another door down the corner, isn't there?
Yep.
No, that should be leading outside, because the outside is around here, isn't it?
Somewhere. Do you barge in, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's open it up.
All right, you open it, and
Stick my head through.
Just stick your head through. Good, that's good to know. So, as you stick your head through, you see that in this room, and I probably need to just place a little light somewhere, there is a small group of orcs sitting there. And they seem to be playing cards or something around the table.
Oh.
And they look at you and say, "What the is going on here?" And they jump up. And they come towards you.
So they come in an offensive way as if they're going to attack.
Yeah, basically. They seem to be guards, and they're very much taken aback that you have invaded the city.
Yeah, come by the end of the evening. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. We can do that next time if you like.
No, let's do this. Let's do it. It's all good XP.
Of course it is.
Call the others over.
It's so awkward. Okay.
So, what do? They call the other one over. You've got somebody standing right behind you, so it's difficult to get out of the door. So
Difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't just close the door in their nose, on their nose.
You can
in
try.
their nose.
Do we need initiative? Do we need initiative or something?
In a minute, I just want to know what our heroic dwarf is doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's take a step back and close the door again.
You smash the
And
door.
pretend nothing happened.
Come on, play it out.
Yeah.
What do you tell your mate?
All right, I close the door and I'll get my axe ready and my oaken staff, and that should be sign enough for Zyotl. And I look over to him and tell him, those orcs did not seem happy.
That's fine. Let's take them on.
All right, we will get ready.
Well, we could just leave.
I think I
No.
counted 4. I think we could take them.
Yeah, let's have a little skirmish at the end of the evening.
Okay, let's have a quick initiative roll for everybody. And I've done it for everybody just to keep it a bit faster. And Muad'Dib, you are actually the fastest to act.
Mm-hmm.
It's D10, isn't it?
I've done that all. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
All rolled for you.
All right. Yep, I have my axe in my right hand and the oak staff in my offhand.
And do you stay where
And-
you're staying? Like basically right there.
Yeah, next to Zyotl, yeah.
Are you in front of me or behind me?
next to you.
Okay. At the moment we're on top of each other. Let me just let me stay behind you because I can look over your head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're standing there, you're standing there. The other two, you've just been basically summoned. You've been told, oh, there's Orc here.
I guess I'd better run up into sling range.
Sling range. Yeah, okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, you're almost at sling range now. The trick is just that the door is covered by two of your own people. Okay. The door opens. And you see a couple of orcs behind. Right, but let's do this properly. So I said, he's gonna go quiet. Moedip was first. Then we have got this guy who just opened. I know he's there. He's standing back. We've got the Crass guy. He's just opened the gate, and he's got a vicious-looking saber in his hand, and then a Shalendra.
Okay. Can I shoot one?
You can try, but I'm going to give them cover dice, and if the cover dice come up, you might hit one of your people, because there's two people in front of you.
Okay.
So it's going to be tricky. Yeah, because you have to shoot through the door as well. I'm going to give him 4 cover dice, and if any of them shows a 1, you're going to hit one of your fellows.
So yeah, wit penalty.
Do you want to, or do you want to wait for a better shot?
I'll hold my action for a better shot.
Okay, so where were we? More deep we had done. The next one is this one. So one of the orcs jumps into the doorway now and attacks Moedip. Oh, I was trying to click on the orc, not on the door. What has he got? He's got a scimitar. So he's going to attack that. Not the door. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
He misses.
It's a lot of dice.
He misses. Ah, they're warriors. They're not like you lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The next one is Talia.
I made all my orcs axe warriors to give them a bonus.
Yeah, you're clever. I'm not.
I'm going to attempt some sling throwing on the grounds. There's a reasonable chance it won't go near anyone.
Yeah, okay. You're probably going to hit somebody.
When I get a chance, I think I'm going to move sideways, and I might get a better shot then.
Yeah. You can do
I
the
can
side step.
run and shoot, by the way.
So go on then.
Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can still see, so it's not much of a better.
Oh, look at that. Do you want to push that?
That goes nowhere near anything.
So, that's a pity, because I was just going to roll whether you hit somebody else.
Sling bullets to the enemy, not at me.
Let me just roll. Is there any ones? No. Okay, you don't hit anybody else. Okay, so after Talia, who actually was perfectly predicting what was going to happen, Ixiotar.
Okay, I'm going to kind of lean partially round more deep, strike my staff into the ground and send a wave of pain towards that orc before me. And I'm hoping it would kind of knock them back and open up space for us to maybe charge in. I'll give more deep a little nudge if it works.
What's the sort of range on this?
It's short range. Bear with me. It is.
Short range, you say? Oh, I haven't done my thing here yet.
Give me a second, I will tell you what range it is. It has a range of short, yeah.
And short, remind me, is because every
Short will be up to 20. Is it 25 feet?
I don't do feet.
I must make a note of the ranges.
Yeah, I've got them.
Because it
I've
goes.
got them stored.
It's arm's length, then it goes close, then short, is it?
So it starts.
No,
with
no,
arm's
short, then
length,
near.
then near, and then short. So that should be about 25 meters. So it's quite a distance, and it never affects your own people, does it? Is that right?
Well, I target it, don't I? So, let me just share the spell.
You target it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bear with me a second. It's that one there in the chat.
All right. So your song is charged. Right. So
you got a victim. You can.
one victim. There's only one, is it?
Yeah, I've always assumed it's a single victim. Otherwise, it could be quite powerful.
Okay.
Overly powerful.
Yeah, you're right, especially with that sort of range. So, go on then. Who do you want to target with it? The guy in the door?
Well, I'm trying to target the one closest because I want to try and knock him back to give us an opportunity, maybe, to step forward and open up an avenue for the two behind to have a clear line of sight.
Yeah, okay. Of course, the alternative.
But it's obviously subject to Muad'Dib moving forward, but then that's down to him.
Go on then.
So
you do your attack.
Okay, so damage is as follows. 5 damage.
5 damage. Does armor help on that?
No armor.
Of course not. Okay, 5 damage. That shakes this guy to the ground. He seems to be dazed and confused, and he's lying on the ground. So let's give him a... Sorry, wrong one. I wanted to give him a prone. There we go. He goes down with a big shout. Right, next. So where were we?
I'll step aside as my fast action.
Mm-hmm. So that's still... Shalendra, you had held your shot. Do you want to shoot now?
Yes. Okay. Longbow.
That is still a scary longbow. So you've got 3 successes. I'm going to give him, as I said, some cover dice because he's behind Muad'Dib and in the door, but not quite as many as he would have had with 2 people standing in the way. So I'm going to give him 2 extra.
And Muad'Dib's only about 1.5 feet tall, isn't he?
Yeah, 2 extra. But one of the 2 extra has actually come up.
Ooh.
So that's going to cause 1 damage on Muad'Dib on its way past.
What
As
kind of
Muad'Dib
damage?
has to sort of dodge to the side and hit the wall. I think that's going to be a strength damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, so I've got 2 additions. So it was base of... so it's just 3 damage, isn't it? Base of 1 damage.
3 damage. Yes.
I was in Coriolis mode then.
3 damage. Oh dear. That was a pretty good hit. Right, so that takes us to the self-effacing hollow. Where did he go? Oh yeah, he's over here. You hear a door creak over here. Big door, and an orc comes screaming through it.
Oh.
A few steps. And then, I think he's got a remote weapon, does he? No, I didn't give him one. Oh well. Tough luck. So he keeps
I'll put all
running.
the others behind. There's an orc coming from the side.
He seems to be running towards this door and open it. And that's as far as he can go. So, Muad'Dib, your turn next.
All right. I will cast animal form. Remind me, how would safe casting work?
You basically say it's power level less than you would normally do it.
Oh, okay. But
So if you are
what do you mean by power level less?
less, like if you are rank 2 already and it's a rank 1 spell, then you can basically cast it safely. Let me just have a look, check this.
I am rank 3 and it is a rank 3 spell.
Yeah, then you can't safe cast it.
Cannot.
No, you
No,
have to be
it's
the
got to be
level
level
above it.
below.
Okay. And what if I have the ingredient for it?
That
more
increases the power
powerful.
level, but it doesn't make it safe.
Okay, but also the ingredient doesn't require me to use one less willpower.
It sort of works the other way around. You still need the willpower to activate it, but the ingredient increases the power level without adding another mishap die.
Okay, so could you look up what power level a bear would be?
A bear.
Yeah, that's on
That's the
page
strength, isn't it?
124. Game Master's Guide.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's strength, isn't it? Half the strength.
Yes, half the strength.
So that's 3.
So that's 3. All right. So I save casted on rank 2, and put the ingredient in it, so it's rank 3.
Didn't
so
you
I
say
can
it
turn
was a
into a
rank
bear.
3 spell?
Oh. It's a rank 3 spell.
Yeah. So you can't save cast it because you can't be higher than rank 3 at this point, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
So
okay,
your skill needs to be higher than the spell rank for safe casting.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah, you can only safe cast level 1 and level 2 spells, never level 3.
Okay. Good. So I need to spend. And if I put the ingredient in, will I get a more powerful bear?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
Because I'll cast it at rank 3, put in one ingredient, which gives me power level 4, which
Yeah.
means the bear has 8 strength.
If you're lucky, yeah, I might grant you that.
Okay, so I'll deduct myself 3 willpower and 1d6.
3 willpower is 3d6, isn't it? For the mishap.
That's horrible. That's
Yes,
horrifying.
it is.
Alright.
2 1s.
2 1s!
Now, depending on
Oh.
how strict we want to be, that means you roll the mishap at least once. And some rules say you roll it twice and take the worst. I'm happy for you to just roll it once.
Yeah, that seems a bit nasty. Yeah.
And you
Why
have,
is magic so bad in this rule system?
you have the choice between our usual mishap table and my special alternative mishap table.
I'll use the special mishap table.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see whether you survive this one. There's another one for your series of videos, Sue.
Okay, how do
I've
I...
also got
It's
the
not with
arcane-
the...
I've got the arcane catastrophe table as well, if you prefer that. But that's really nasty. That's from Mark Bear, yeah.
Okay,
So-
magic mishap, is that with the macro down here?
No, if you want to use my table, you have to go to the roll table. So it's the roll table button, top right, that looks like a list.
Yeah,
And then you should see within that magic mishaps.
and then magic mishaps alt.
That's it, exactly. And from there, you can open it up, and then you can roll it. And these
Alright.
are from fan
I did
made.
it.
Oh, look at that. 08.
Targets what?
The spell overcharges. The power level is increased by 1, and it targets a random other target. We have had this before. Other
Yes.
target than the intended target. So, we have a random target. Now, it doesn't say it has to be a friendly target.
Okay,
So-
hold on. Am I getting a bear now
You
that
being a
has
bear?
a power level 10?
Yes.
Alright, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to hear.
And you also turn somebody else into an equally ferocious bear.
Alright, probably the closest one to me.
Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in range, in view. 5 actually. So if it's a 6, I'll just ignore that. 3, 1, 2, 3. Ixiotto.
Oh, not again. I'm not another bear.
Goldilocks the 3 bears?
Can I resist?
No.
Alright, cherish it, cherish it. You're a power level 10 bear now.
So we've got 2 big bears, and yeah, let's see.
I believe we had a token for that.
Yes, I believe we had, but it takes some time to actually make that up.
Oh, okay.
Because what I have to do is I have to copy this, and then I have to move it over and give you access to it. So, what I'm gonna do...
Maybe we should put that in the party sometime, someday.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's a new bear. Can you bear?
A bigger bear.
So let me just make sure he's a friendly bear. So
Twice I've been a bear now. Twice.
He keeps doing that to you, doesn't he?
Cherry
So
chin.
I
It's an
then
honor.
take that to the party and find my friendly bear again. Where did I stick him? There's a problem, you know, these big bears, you never know where you place them. And then you can't find them. I lost my bear! Lost my bearings. So, let's try that again. Friendly, where did I stick him? Friendly bear, he's under animals. I'm gonna put him... Let people find him there. Sorry, this is always a bit awkward, but once I have him, I can hopefully move him to the party. Pretty bear. Friendly bear. And we need to make this a bit bigger, you said, yeah? You wanted him strength 10.
Strength 10 bear, wow.
And then we say friendly bear, one of them is Ziotal. So, friendly bear X, and then we've got friendly bear more deep M. Then I give you ownership, and then you can bear up. So, friendly bear M. Missions goes to owner. You already are the owner. And friendly bear X goes to... You already are the owner. How did that happen? Cool. Automatically somehow. It must have remembered the bears. And there we have one bear, and there we have the other bear.
Great.
So you can move the bears instead of yourselves. So I just need to give it the right initiatives. And the smiling bear has an initiative of... What do you have?
Move our characters out of the way.
More deep, we had 4. So... Of course you're gonna win this fight in one round, and then all of this was sort of useless.
I can stand back and clap.
Of 2. What was that, Mark?
I can stand back and clap and get the orcs a chance.
You can. You can shoot a bear or 2. I think there should always be a chance for you guys to mistake bears for enemies.
Bears are also in Sue's podcast.
Whose? Sorry?
They're also in Sue's magical mishap video.
The bears, yes. Goldilocks and the 3 bears, yes. I remember. So I'll just turn one of the bears around so we can tell who they are. And yeah, he's just made himself bigger. So we have 2 bears now, and the other 2 tokens I'm just parking over here in the wall.
Okay, and this spell was immediate, so do I still have a fast action to attack, or...?
Ooh, I think a spell is a full action, isn't it? A slow action. Cast spell is a slow action, so you have a fast action, but with a fast action you can't really attack.
Okay,
Unless
so I could just walk, right?
You can walk.
Okay, so I'll take a few steps backward.
Or you can keep it as a dodge. No, go back.
True. That
Makes
might
more
be...
sense.
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
Boring. Right, so, sorry about the hold-up that took a little while to sort out. Where were we? More deep. The next one is the orc, the wise one. Which one is that? The wise one is down here. Seeing as he's quite wise and all of a sudden he has a big roar, he's gonna go the other way. That's probably as much as he can run. Let's put him here. So, then the crass one, he's on the floor. No, he's this guy. He slams the door shut.
Ah!
Smash it open.
Clever.
Right, Shalendra.
Right. There was an orc somewhere.
Just around the corner. You can do 1 step and you've got a firing lane.
Yeah. Self-effacing hollow.
Yeah, he's definitely self-effacing.
Oh, I've heard 2 shots. I need to
That war
arrow
nix. That war nix. Okay. So, Shalendra had her turn. Agitated bear. That is our more deep bear. Our Xiotl bear. What do you want to do?
Well, I seem to have an orc close by.
Yeah. You can, as a bear, you can lumber over there and clobber him.
How far can I move as a bear?
Far enough. Don't worry.
Can I move that far to that
Yes.
bear there?
Oh, to that
I mean,
one.
that orc over there.
You
Whoops,
can
not that
move
far.
towards it, but you can't attack it this turn then.
Okay, now I'll move to this one here, off to one side, so I'm not blocking a line of sight for an arrow, and I'll have a swipe at
Poor thing.
this orc.
He wasn't bargaining with that. Poor thing. On you go.
So I'm friendly bear X, and I need to roll a melee. Melee.
You have a paw under attack. Just paw. I didn't put a bite on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to configure
Yeah.
it fully so you've got a bite attack as well.
Okay, so paw goes. Whoosh.
2 damage. So, but he has got some armor on.
Could be
so
better.
there's hope. There's hope. There's some armor here. And why can't I roll it? Because I'm the wrong tab. There we go. So, you clobber him, but the armor catches it. What happens
Oh, he
is
came
you
out.
actually
Wow.
punch him. You punch him through the door. You knock him backwards. That is a big door. Big enough for bear.
Okay,
So,
there go chasing.
the next one is our inscrutable. Him himself. So he steps to the side behind the door and he shouts. And there seems to be another orc in this room. And then Talia. So much for finishing slightly earlier today.
I've lost sight of all the orcs.
Oh well, can happen. And I do need to finish this up soon because it's 10:30 now.
There's an orc.
I see an orc. Which one do you see? You see the shaman.
I can see self-facing Horio and Royal Hauler.
Yeah. Well, the self-facing guy is basically behind the door. You can't really attack him. But the other guy, you could. And he's the shaman who just looks slightly confused at all the furriness that's coming through the door.
Well, I'm quite confused myself. Yeah, I'll have a go at that one.
Oh, look at that. How did we manage to turn you back into human last time, Xiotl? I can't remember.
What was that?
How did we manage to keep get Xiotl back into human shape afterwards?
I thought
pretty
that
sure I have to
it's
do
cast
that.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Another chance for mishap. Right, you sling your slingshot through it, but he actually ducks. Actually, no, he holds up one of the big books he was reading, and the sling bullet bounces off the book. And he shouts at you, "I told you to go away!" he shouts.
Yeah, how dare you abuse a book like that?
Xiotl. No, you're very turned, didn't you? So, now, what I'm gonna say at this stage, even though it's mid-fight, I'm gonna call a night on it tonight, because I really need to go to my bed.
Okie dokies.
And you can, I can reconfigure the bears a little bit. If you have a particular favorite bear token, let me know. Otherwise, I think I probably have about a good dozen of them. So you can each have your own favorite bear token, because this keeps happening to Xiotl as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping it won't happen too often, but I suppose it's good fun.
We should really have a skeletal bear for you, shouldn't we? An undead
A
bear.
black cloak.
That would be cool.
Alright, I want to test. I want to test roll. What? That's nothing.
Yeah, that's why I rolled 1 success.
Yeah, well, that happens. That
You
happens.
want to do lots of things. Here you go.
Same
Yes.
thing. Right, I'm gonna keep getting rid of these rolls so I don't get too confused. Stop
Yeah,
rolling,
sure.
you lot! I'm just gonna say end of session here, and then I know that... I can't do that.
Right.
There we go.
So,
So,
XP.
Ah, experience. You always have such experience, horse, you know. So, experience. Hoarders, I meant hoarders. Right, did you participate? Yes, you did. Did you discover new adventures? No. Did you defeat one or more monsters? Yeah, you did actually, didn't you?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
One orc.
Yeah. One orc.
Did you find treasure? You did. So that's 3. No stronghold, no pride, no dark secret. Risk your life? Don't think so.
Only normal, yeah.
An
Nothing special.
extraordinary action of some kind. I suppose you put a ghost to rest. So that would be 4. And that's as max as you're ever going to get from me.
Okay.
So you can...
Did we? Yeah, I suppose we did sort of not threaten, but we did hang around a dragon, you know, and steal his treasure.
You stole some treasure from a dragon while the dragon was not there, but...
Yeah, before it's fine.
No, I think the extraordinary action today was actually laying to rest that dwarf. Now, there was something special about the dwarf. Try to remember that next time.
Yes, the gender.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. I think that brings us to a good close for tonight.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We haven't picked a new date, have we?
Oh, yes. 2 weeks.
2 weeks usually would be quite good because that actually places me in my holidays. Let me just check that I haven't got anything else on that night. That would be the 2nd of May, right? 2nd of June.
Yeah.
That
I
would
thought
work.
we were going to get time travel then.
That should work for me. So, 7:30 onwards. That's going to be a very busy week then. Got German Forbidden Lands on Monday. I've got Coriolis on Tuesday. I've got English Forbidden Lands on Wednesday.
Do you want to make it 3 weeks then?
No, it's fine. Look, it's my holiday week. I want to have some fun.
Oh, okay.
I might even have time to prepare for it. I prepared this weeks and weeks ago, and I'm basically just using what I've prepared. If that makes sense. You can't really pre-prepare,
Yes, it
but
does.
what I've done previously. So, thank you very much for playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shall see you next Tuesday.
See you
You know,
next Tuesday, and then we see Forbidden Lands again the week after that. Good night, everybody, and thanks for playing, and thanks for watching to Mattia as well.
Yep.
See you later.
All right.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.